nothing left in a hurry. What a show Schwarber is putting on. And he does it. Right field, and it is a blast. Second deck caught by a fan leaning over the railing. 11 homers. Back-to-back on swings with a magenta ball. Schwarber is out there egging him on. It feels like rooting for Walker. Swings and he will tie it. Got it.
My goodness.
Drives one to left. It's 11-11. Walker swings deep into the night in left field. And Walker walks it off.
Oh, my.
4 in a row.
What a performance.
Schwarber gives him high fives. The Philly fans are all leaving. Jordan Walker, the home run derby champion. Amazing.
And now, a man who once put 4 consecutive pitches in play in softball, Soren Petro.
Right you are, Kay. Right you are. Petro on the program on Sports Radio 810 WHB. That was a great day. That was a great day when I got 4 in play.
Boom.
Loved it.
Thought about making an upper deckers joke, but some people wouldn't get it.
Upper deckers. We'll try it. We'll see if I get it.
I was going to say now a man with no experience with upper deckers.
Okay.
Since they were hitting upper deckers. That's something I could probably...
Did anybody get the upper deck? There was something that looked like they were going there.
Caglione got one in the third deck.
Okay.
And I think Schwarber hit one off the facade, but Caglione got one into the upper tank.
Welcome if this is your first time listening to the program. The phone lines are open at 913-3810810. If you're a regular, you're aware of that. You can hit me up on the Twitter. It's at Soren Petro, SOREN, busy day today. We're going to keep you up to date with what's going on in the World Cup. The FIFA World Cup 2026. On the pitch, as we speak, France and Spain. France in the bleu, blanc, et rouge.
Yes.
Thanks, Mrs. McClanahan, from my high school French. That is how they say blue, white, red.
Yeah.
When they talk about the three, the same colors that we have, but
yep. And
so hence France always wears the blue top, white shorts, red socks.
Yep.
The bleu, blanc, et rouge.
Et rouge.
So we got that. España is in kind of a different kit that I don't love because I think they've got some great ones when they go with their kind of
just using the white with the.
Well, they're going white jerseys with just the Adidas stripes over the top, and then the kind of burgundy shorts with some yellow Adidas stripes. The numbers are on there. They're going white socks with some burgundy stripes up towards the top. But when they have the blue and the yellow and the kind of red burgundy, I think that's a great combination. But this looks like. This looks like it could have been 1987's kit.
And later, I've already looked at these because
and just sorry to interrupt, but France's kit is like it's not over the top, right? It's definitely not the stupid Falcons redesign or anything. Right. It's definitely a classic Yankees style. Like this is what we wear. We're to the big-time games. We wear our old-school historical uni. So I assume that's probably Spain's like, we know what France is coming out in. Let's come out and match it, and it's going to look like an old-timey, Dodger-Yankee game or Red Sox-Yankee game, I assume is the thinking, but I think it sucks. But the France looks like classic. The Spain, I don't like so much.
It's the ones that look like these. I found a website that has, because I can't turn around and see close. That what you're looking at?
Yeah, the upper right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the... It looks like a kind of a cool polo that you might wear on the golf course, but it has kind of a pattern on it.
It's the 3 stripes. They're indoors in Dallas, so climate controlled. So there are a couple of guys that are wearing the long sleeves.
And when England plays tomorrow, they're going to be in the white, and then it's
white on white on white.
Yeah, and then the Argentina's got one. Looks like it's black with almost purple and light blue swirls on it. That's their
hell?
That's Argentina's road. That's the kit they're going to wear tomorrow. Doesn't look like Argentina. I mean, when you consider they have maybe the most iconic
one of them
ever.
For sure.
I mean,
those I think the French is pretty recognizable off.
The vertical, light blue stripes, which they've now changed a little bit. Now they have the kind of the fade dark to light, but that's about as iconic a kit as you can think of. They will look nothing like Argentina tomorrow when they play England.
It's too bad.
But somebody has to wear the white.
I guess they're usually in the do they do that by seed? Higher seed wears the white, and so that's why we're so used to seeing Argentina's always one of the best teams, and
I don't know.
So we're used to seeing that, and we don't see them in the And the roadie colors.
On this thing here, footy headlines, they just list them as Team A and Team B. But Team A is France, and they wear the dark. So I'm not really sure.
And France is number 1 in the world, right? And Spain is number, are they 2 or 3? Come on, Thunderdome. You're the soccer expert. I don't sit there and think just because you look down and don't make eye contact with me, I'm not going to come right to you. Oh, God, I hope it doesn't look at me.
I thought I saw it.
You play soccer. You know soccer. Come
France, Argentina, Spain, England, in that order.
Okay. So that would
Argentina
Spain is the
dark.
lower seed and they're in white, and England's the lower seed and they're in white. So it looks like the home team the higher seed gets its colors.
Yeah.
Would be how I describe that. So we'll keep you up to date on that. No score as they enter the 7th minute on the pitch, wearing their kits
and their
boots. We'll see.
Kits and boots and kits.
Yeah. I actually had a friend want to sit and have a serious conversation about why they call them boots. And I was like, they just have different words.
Just do.
But who was it? Or no, was it Kyle or was it you? Maybe it was you. Isn't a boot a trunk?
No, that's
was that. I was talking to somebody's like, in the boot, isn't that also what they call a trunk? And I'm like, trunk of a car.
Mm-hmm. The boot of the car.
And I was like, well, how is that? So I think they're thinking more like your boots.
Yeah, they call French fries chips.
Yeah,
and they call things different things.
Yeah,
they call things biscuits when they're cooked.
Do you prefer the British pronunciations, or is it just because we don't hear it all the time that when they say schedule? Yeah,
I like.
It's like, oh, that sounds neat. I should do that. I guess I won't because I'm not a pompous ass.
I don't.
Sounds like something Danny would drop on us. You know what I'm saying?
But I do like when I hear someone who is British do something like that.
Yeah,
I do like the little different things when they say in it, or they drop a consonant here or there.
Yeah,
that's fun. I would never do it though, unless I was doing an impression.
Right. How about their pronunciation of aluminum?
Aluminum.
Oh, fantastic! Love it. I think it is just because we don't hear it all the time. That we're like, oh, that sounds cool.
Certainly,
that sounds cool. Well, it's like, have you ever seen the movie Love Actually?
I have.
You haven't seen that? Great Christmas movie.
Fantastic.
Okay.
There's it's like one of those movies where there's like 5, 6, 7 storylines going on. Superstar cast. Great to watch at Christmas. My daughter got to be 18, and I'm like, okay, we'll watch it. And I still zip like this one couple. One of the storylines is this couple, and they're hoping to get into the movie business, and they're basically like on the set, doing things, but they're on the set for like a porn set, and they are the people that go in for the lighting before the real actors come in. And so if you're sitting there, it's like, it's like a very touching, kind, caring, and I think undervalued movie about like. Yeah. There's some parts of Love that you're like, okay, that's love, but the ending sucks. Like, not all these stories end with a great ending.
The Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman story is just...
I think that one, and I forget the gal's name who was the wife on Ozark. Her story with her brother.
Laura Linney.
Laura Linney's story with her brother who has got mental health issues, and... he calls her, and she's got to drop everything, and it's like it's different kinds of love and everything. I think it's a very.
It could just be that I adore Emma Thompson. I think she's amazing.
Well, she is very good, but the one scene where it's like, so they're in there, it's like, can you raise your bum a bit there?
Bum.
They're like, we're gonna fast forward this one. Let's just move on. We're just gonna kind of skip the storyline when these two are on. We're gonna go forward. So
it's not.
Yeah, but it's a great movie. Anyway, what was my point? Why did I bring that up?
British accent. People.
Talk so there's the one guy. Thank you.
Yes.
There's the one guy that's from London. He comes over to America because he's like, American women are the best, and I'm going to America, and I'm gonna meet me some gals, and it's farcical. But like, he gets picked up in a bar by like, you'll recognize him. It's like three gals that were all the hot chicks from the 90s,
yes,
in movies, and they all happen to live in one house, and they bring him back. But he's sitting there at the bar in Milwaukee. He decides he's going to Milwaukee because that's where the real American women are. And he's sitting there,
Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, exactly. And they just keep having him say different words, like, "Oh, it's so cool, it's so cool." And then they get to one, and it's like, say street or whatever. He's like, street. It's like, Oh yeah, that's not cool.
I remember that.
But
I
like
can't
he's
remember the
making
actor,
time with these gals just
Yeah.
by saying aluminum or whatever the hell you
Aluminum.
said. Yeah. So that makes
People
me think
sound
of that.
that they. I mean, it's well known. They sound smarter if they have a British accent,
They do. They do.
and you can't overdo it too much, though.
So we will we'll keep you up to date on the soccer match. No score here in the 11th minute. Let's talk some Jack Caglione in the home run derby. What do we think? Big Jack didn't get out of the first round. Didn't go for an offer. Did Robinson Cano have an offer?
Yes.
Here when we booed the hell out of him.
He's the only offer that I think is. There might have been one or two others, but that's the one that stands out.
I don't think he's over it. I don't think the $200+ million he made has given him the ability to get over that. I think his life has been ruined.
I think Jazz Chisholm, maybe a year ago or two.
Oh, did he?
Had one or zero.
Oh, one.
I gotta
Really?
look that up.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
He's so annoying.
Good. What do we think? Let's start the new format. Or do we want to start with Jack? What do you want to do? You want to talk format? We'll talk about the broadcast part of it later on when Frank joins us.
Yeah.
By the way, Frank Bull with us in the 3, Matt Derrick in the 4. We did a guest swap.
Mm-hmm.
Kurtis brought a White Rock. That meant
Yeah.
that
was one of the scenes.
Sam
from
had to
Love
go
Actually.
to Monday, and Matt Derrick went to Tuesday. And
Additional scene from Love Actually.
yeah,
Guest
exactly.
swap.
The old guest swap, and then
By the way, star of the coverage last night, Seaboldt,
yeah,
with Frank as well.
their national
Yes.
T-Mobile TV spot. So if you need internet, clearly Frank is letting it be known. Come to his place. Okay, they'd love to have you. You got to drive to Oklahoma. I mean, that's why they have that internet, because they live in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Northeastern Wichita.
Yeah, at best. Keith Law will be with us in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk about the draft. Always love Keith's breakdown. He's the best when it comes to the prospects, the draft, minor leagues, all of that. Former assistant general manager with the Toronto Blue Jays, turned senior MLB writer for The Athletic is what he is.
Yeah.
Keith Law, the best,
He
coming
is
up in the 5.
Can't miss radio.
Okay, so we'll talk about the broadcast and some of its issues with Frank, but do we want to start Jack Caglione or do we want to start format?
We can start with Jack.
Okay. What'd you think?
I looked at it strictly from a fan's perspective when I was watching it.
Okay.
Just because it's kind of a fan's event. I'm just hoping he would hit a boatload, hit some bombs in the upper deck, and we get to watch him twice, and then he didn't. But for a guy who only hit 8 home runs, he sure commanded some attention with those 4 straight. And then I was like, when he got to the, it's like, there's no way 8's going to make it. Going into at the turn, he was in 4th. I'm like, Schwarber's still coming. He's not making it to the second round. And then I kind of just turned him off for the night. The idea of him off for the night.
I think one, he didn't embarrass himself.
No.
I think he showed immense power. To your point, I mean, the one that he hit to center field that went over
the batter's eye.
The batter's eye.
Yeah.
I'm like, good Lord, to still have that, that altitude when you get it that deep in the ballpark. The thing that, listen, I think he showed himself well.
Yeah. Right.
I think he showed that the guy has a lot of talent, and so I want to first and foremost say that. And say that it was not a spectacular performance. It had some highlights. He'll be memorable for the people that were in the ballpark to see where he hit it. Certainly the people that were in center field were thrilled to see a couple come their way.
Well, we heard in the open, the upper deck in that stadium, he said, Carl Ravitch said that's a place only reserved for Ryan Howard and Ryan Howard alone. So he's second guy to hit one in the third deck.
I think Howard did it in a game, though, right?
In a game, yeah.
So that's the difference. But yes,
the only other player. I mean, Ryan Howard, who was there
50-plus home run hitter.
He was a monster.
Most of Ryan Howard was there. I don't know where the rest of him was.
No kidding.
But somebody found the drugs, the weight loss drugs, or just changed his dietary habits. I don't want to.
St. Louis
kid, Missouri State, absolutely, very pro Ryan Howard. But he looked great. I mean, but slimmer than he ever was playing ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think he did fine. Listen, we heard a lot of people speculated. I know David Lesky talked about it on our Kaufman Corner podcast and here on the program. That, maybe the home run derby will be good for Jack because it'll get him in the groove of swinging to hit the ball over the wall, and maybe he can carry that forward into the second half. We've seen guys that the home run derby screws them up. We've also seen guys that the home run derby gets them going, and they have a big finish after that. And so I know that's the hope that a lot of us had. 15 home runs now, puts him on a 25 home run pace. And so I think there was a lot of hope that, maybe he'd be able to take this to another level. Does anybody want to say that performance launches him into a big giant second half?
No. Not really.
No. Okay, I don't think so either. And what I saw was a guy, Kyle, you said it when we were chatting about this earlier. What he looked nervous?
Yeah, the first 10 swings or so, definitely. I felt like he wanted to, hit every pitch out when really he should have been a little bit more selective.
Did he want to hit every pitch out, or was he trying to pull every pitch?
Could have been that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
he
hits the ball
was
on the
hitting
ground
low
sometimes.
liners,
Yeah,
some grounders.
so what I saw was, I think Kyle's 100% right, but only 30 or 40% of the story, right? That's how I would put it. I think he was definitely nervous. And if he could have said, okay, do you want to take that or do you want to do a do-over? And he said, no, I'll do a do-over. I think he'd have had more than 8.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I now get it. The nerves are over. I got to lock in. This is how you do it. I think he'd do better. And that's probably true of almost everybody in that event. But I think you saw what we're seeing with his swing. In the minor leagues, he could bomb balls over the center field wall because the pitching's less. And he will bomb balls over the center field wall. But there's a little bit of Danny Tartable in Jack Caglione. And you got to be old school to remember Danny Tartable. For the kids that don't remember Danny, he was a right-handed power hitter, like 6'1". I think they listed him like 205. He always looked like he was like 220 to me. But big guns. He'd roll up the sleeves so the gun show could be on full display. Great look.
He was
Love
a very
Danny Tartable's
stylish
look.
player.
Wore number 4 back in a time when guys weren't really wearing a lot of single digits like that. And just he looked really cool.
He was like he's like the Eric Dickerson of baseball.
He not as good as Dickerson,
but he looked smooth.
But to the point, Danny Tartable broke my heart because during my freshman year at college, where I was hyping Danny Tartable against Darryl Strawberry fans, Danny Tartable up and left for the Yankees. And so that sucked. Now, I want to point out that Danny Tartable left as the highest, I believe, at that time, for a brief moment, maybe even for a year, was the highest paid player in baseball. Now, that wasn't because he was ever considered the best player in baseball. It's because he was the best free agent on that market, and he was a slugger, and the Yankees needed that. And so he got a monster contract. By the way, then he crapped it all away. He was a big enough star that when he went to the Yankees, he ended up on the show Silver Spoons.
That's right.
He did a guest appearance. He was a good enough big leaguer that you would have him on. Now, of course, playing for the Yankees helped. Yeah. But he was on the show Silver Spoons with Ricky Schroeder and Alfonso Ribeiro, who was at the
SNL once
Championships.
When he was at the Royals. One of those weird skits where him and somebody else. Am I thinking of somebody else?
I think you might be thinking of like Sweeney.
Oh, yeah.
When they walked into some kid's dream or something.
It was Sweeney Dog.
But so anyway, that's a player he was. But his power was to center and to right center as a right-handed hitter. He was kind of oppo on everything, maybe even straight to right. He was, and I don't want to say late because he was hitting the ball over the wall, but you could tell that okay, having talked to enough scouts, yeah, but when he gets old, that's going to get old fast because he's not getting ahead of the pitch, and he's not cheating the distance. Now, center field in Philadelphia, I think it was 410, was it?
It's pretty deep.
It looked pretty deep. Maybe it was even more. So he's bombing the ball. That's great that he's got that kind of power, but it's 333 down the line. So you got to hit it on the screws to take it out of center field. Maybe Jack Caglione can miss it a little, but even Jack Caglione and Mark McGwire, and take whoever the most powerful hitters are you've ever seen, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton in his prime, whoever's got just the most raw power that's out there, they can't miss by much and still take it over the wall in center field, right? When you pull the ball, some of the physics involved is it's just a redirection of the velocity. They did have one shot, by the way. Can I just tell you that? And we'll get into more of the TV, where you saw the ball absorb the impact of the bat and how much it squishes the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked like, is this a racket ball? That
Yes.
These guys, when they hit it so hard, you see the energy that is condensed and then explodes the other way. Why a baseball travels so far when these behemoths, knock the crap out of it. But, he, to me, looked like he was nervous, and then he looked like he was panicking, like I'm going to hang an offer. And I go back to something that Michael Lewis wrote about Moneyball. He did an addendum to Moneyball and was supposedly going to write a whole book, but hasn't done it. But he did an addendum in the New Yorker magazine kind of following up 10 years probably after the draft. And part of it was on Mark Teahan. And it was after Mark Teahan had his moment where he yanked the ball for 1/3 of a season or 1/2 a season. And you're like, okay, he's gone from being a kind of slap it the other way hitter to now he's turning on the ball as well. So hopefully he can have the power when they make a mistake and still take the ball the other way, have a bunch of doubles, hit for a high average. Boy, this is all going to come together. And then he came back and he couldn't do it again. And I've actually talked to Mark Teahan about that on our Kaufman Corner podcast. And he never could find it again. And the conclusion Michael Lewis reached that he wrote in the book was that when you start to panic, you revert to what got you as far as it got you. And I think the MJ Melendez new swing we saw a couple of years ago is a great example, and I think J.J. Picollo was waiting for it. He had a new swing. People were excited. It looked good in the batting cages.
He was hitting beefy dongs.
Yeah, yes. And it was like, okay, is this going to work? And we asked J.J. Picollo, and J.J. Picollo said, well, we'll see what happens when he goes 0 for 20. Because what Michael Lewis had written about, he had been told by guys like J.J. Picollo that are like, yeah, it's great when you look like you got it all fixed. Tell it's not working, and then do you abandon ship? MJ Melendez abandoned ship. It's not been going. Mark Teahan abandoned ship, went back to his other way. I've just hit the ball the other way. And they were never able to come to it. I saw a guy who abandoned ship last night. And Jack Caglione, I saw a guy who went, okay, the way to do this is I only got to get 60, 70% of it, and I can take it over the wall. Like the key to winning is you got to pull the ball. That's how you do it. I got to lift and pull. And that's what he was trying to do. And it's maybe something that he had worked on in, the cages and in his BPs, but it wasn't working. He was hitting nice line drives that may have been hard hit singles, which we've seen actually a lot of from Jack Caglione. But consistently his launch angle is not high enough, right? And so for him to hit home runs, he really has to, barrel it up and drive it. And a lot of his home runs, when you think about them, they do not get that high. They are not the Mark McGwire over the skyscraper. They're not like the one he hit even to center field that went over the batter's eye wall. They're more Mark McGwire's 60.
Yeah, 62.
62 that just cleared the wall. Yeah. But a lot of times they're to center or they're at least to left center. He does not just lift one up and where the outfielder goes back. It looks like he's going to make it. Oh, he's drifting. He's at the track. Wait, he's at the – no, that's out. Like those kind of home runs that Kyle Schwarber hits, that the real sluggers hit. And so, listen, I'll put nothing by the man. He's incredibly talented. He clearly works harder. He wouldn't be where he is today. We'll see how much work he's got, but we'll see how much he can change his approach. This was BP pitches. This is not 97 miles an hour, 105 miles an hour, 102 miles an hour. I think he's going to hit 30 home runs in the big leagues for sure. He might hit 40 home runs, and he'll be a really good player. But then he'll age, and everything will start going to the other field, right? They'll start going opposite, and then I think he'll get old quickly. Doesn't matter for the Royals because, in all likelihood, you should plan on every player finishing their career someplace else if you're the Royals. But I question, you watch Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber they list him at 5'11", 229. That's his baseball reference. Where Walker was 6'5", 250, or 6'6", 250.
Yeah.
He was that. I thought when they hugged, it was like, I think Schwarber's like 5'9.5". I think we're fudging some, inch plus here on this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's 5'11". Most of the big guys, but he has figured out how to trigger. He identifies the pitch, he gets the hands through, and he can turn on that ball, and he makes it easy. And so if Jack Caglione, which I would love to see, I think the Royals need to find their 50-plus home run guy. They've had two amazing seasons in their history, 48 from Salvador Perez and 48 from Jorge Soler, and they were kind of light. They're both guys with a lot of power, but they were a little bit of lightning in a bottle because neither one of them's come close. Did Soler have another 40 after that? Soler had more.
Might have with,
I think he has more.
Atlanta. Probably
has more consistent raw power. I know that's two qualifiers there, but than Salvi. But they have not. No one else has hit 40 home runs in a Royals uniform. No, Moose did. Moose got to what, 40?
No, he got 38.
38. Yeah. Okay. So that's right.
Just Salvi and Soler.
So only two guys have hit 40 home runs. One season.
And Soler
each.
hit 36 was his biggest after he left.
It is possible to create Kyle Schwarber. It is possible to create Aaron Judge. It is possible to create the old Giancarlo Stanton when he was in his prime. Like guys that are They step in the box and you go, if he plays 140 games, that's 40-plus home runs.
Yeah.
If he gets hot and he plays 160 games, that's a guy that's going to hit 55 home runs. That is the game today.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd love to see Jack Caglione become. And I'm going to tell you, last night's performance, I give him all the opportunity in the world to rebuild this, but I did take some ceiling off of whatever Jack Caglione's going to be because his dad was throwing the ball and he couldn't turn on it and lift it. So why would I think he's going to turn on it and lift it when someone's pumping 102 or a 91-mile-an-hour slider on the inside? Why do I think that's ever going to happen? I think he'll be a very productive player in his prime years. But the idea that on the downslope of his career he's still going to be getting cheater home runs, no chance.
It's one of those things where he already has the toughest characteristic you can find to do that, the raw power. I mean, he has something you can't teach. All he has to do is figure out how to turn that into something special. And I was thinking this last night. You know what? A good thing for him to have done last night was to come up to Kyle Schwarber and go, how about you and me go find a bar in Philly and have a drink and talk? I mean, There's the guy. He's watching him do what he needs to do. I think
Junior Caminero.
Yeah, Caminero
is not, what is he, about 6'1"?
Yeah.
Caminero. But he has that Cobra strike turn on the ball.
Yeah, 6'1", 220.
Yeah.
And what did you see? Like every single guy who got to the second round and even and into the final, they all were hitting the ball high.
Yeah.
Lift and pull. Contreras was could have married the right left field foul pole. He hit it once. Almost, 50, at least half the home runs he hit were me. On a softball field right down the line. And Walker was just hitting moon balls. I mean, they were getting the lift, and it was easy lift. And that's how the guys made it. There's something there, Jack.
There's something to it.
It's right there in front of you.
You'll sacrifice some batting average. I mean, because if you look at the batting average of Kyle Schwarber, what is it, like his career is like 220-something? On base is 338, I want to say.
Career average is
348.
233, 348, 504.
Okay, yeah.
So
I was looking at it.
Maybe he's a
because we were chatting,
unicorn, but
we were texting around like, are those slash lines Hall of Fame? And he's at 370-something home run wise, and we all agree if he gets to 500, it is.
Yeah. And he's 33. Again, the last 5 years have just been incredible.
Yeah, what have they been? Rattle them off.
He's 40 homers, 46, 47, 38, 56, and 32 with 93 games.
Yeah.
Left to play. So his average for 162 in those 5 seasons is 49 homers and 110 RBIs.
I mean, that's
a lot of strikeouts, 214, but 109 walks. And you'll take that for a guy who puts the ball in the tank. Is one swing, 3-0.
Yeah. So listen, I thought Jack did fine, but I mean, I think you saw on display what he's trying to overcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
When it comes to perfecting his swing to maximize the home run return.
And just real short, I was looking at the dimensions of the ballpark. Philly is 401 to dead center. It's a straight line, so it's just a bit longer to left center. It's 409. It's 398 to right, just right out there and almost dead center. But in the power alley, it's 369.
Yeah.
Because this fence starts at 330, and it's a direct 90-degree angle from the line. So there's plumb territory there to pick for, and he couldn't consistently get the ball to where. I mean, that guy should be able to hit the ball at a 369 power alley.
I don't know if he had the right pitcher. I don't know if his dad, he needed somebody to throw harder or didn't have the right spots or, I'm not spending a lot of time, and I'll listen to your comment if you want. 913-381-810-810 and explain to me why his dad was the wrong guy to pitch. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't care. I think he wanted more than just to try to win the thing. But so that I'm certain I'm open to. I'm not certain. I'm open to the idea that contributed to his performance. But I saw a guy who was trying to pull it early and couldn't get it in the air. And that, when you look at his stats, the launch angle is an issue. He's not Eric Hosmer. He's not killing every worm out there, okay, like Hosmer. But that's what he's trying to work through. And frankly, I will tell you, that is what Alex Zumwalt has to succeed at.
Yeah.
And I know there's been some moments of some offense here and there, and everyone kind of calms down on Alex Zumwalt. Well, the Royals aren't going to make a move in season. Listen, I'll say this. If Jack Caglione doesn't get to 30 home runs, which would be increasing his pace here moving forward, then I really struggle to understand how this crew of hitting instructors comes back. Like, you see the immense power. Figure out the lift on this guy and make him believe in what you're saying. You don't have to overhaul the whole swing. This isn't Alex Gordon breaking the whole thing down. You just got to figure out how to get him lifting the baseball.
Do that, make that happen, and all the sins of the past will be forgotten if you make him that kind of hitter.
We'll talk a little bit more about the contest overall next. 913-810-810. We're past the hydration break. Spain has seized the lead. We're entering the 32nd minute of the opening semifinal today. Tomorrow, the second one between England and Argentina. I guess I should say Argentina and England because of the seeding. But right now, it is Spain 1, France. The upset, a Bruin, mild one in this one. Spain's really good as well. We'll take a break. Take your phone calls. 913-810-810. More Home Run Derby talk next. Pull and lift. Pull and lift.
Lift and separate.
A little bit more.
That's what I had made me think of. Kids of a certain age will know what that is, and they're not kids anymore. But.
It is the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Petro, Seaboldt, Collier with you. Take your phone calls if you're so inclined. 913-388-1010. The phone number. Spain continues to lead 1-0 in the 37th minute here of the first semifinal. Next one will be tomorrow at 2 o'clock. The home run derby is first of all, Jordan Walker. I mean, 6'6", 250. I mean, he's built like Caglione.
It looked like he was.
I thought so many of his swings looked like he was tired and just flipping it over the shortstop.
Yes, and they were going 10 rows deep.
I mean, he definitely seemed to find the rhythm of, I don't necessarily have to hit it to the moon.
Yeah.
He found the rhythm of, this is all I need to get it over the wall, and this is what I'm going to give. He also got into a rhythm of swing, take 2 pitches, swing, take 2 pitches, swing, which certainly served him well at the end when on the final ball he hit 4 in a row. So let's talk first of all, we can talk about Jordan Walker's power. I mean, he understands the lift part.
No question.
I don't know what's been going on with him the last couple of years because he's struggled after a big debut a couple of years, I think it was 3 years ago. Coming up and impressing early on, kind of disappointed the next couple of years. This year he's leading the National League in RBIs, maybe leading baseball in RBIs. He's over 70 right now. So he's really having a breakout year, and that's what got him into this home run derby. But the turn and lift, no problem.
None at all.
So and he just turned 24 about 50 days ago.
Yeah. I mean, he's no joke. So, one, that's a reason. And Jack Caglione is not going to be 24 until February, right? I think he's a February birthday. He's 23. They said he was 23, and I thought my kids were asking how old he was, and I was looking it up, right? And they're like, well, the 23-year-old. I'm like, well, screw you people. I'm trying to look impressive here.
February 9th.
February 9th? Okay. So he's next year would kind of be the same age, less experience next year, but, we'll be patient. I mean, it may click. And I would listen to any hitting coach. I'd listen to like Les Norman, who I think's great talking hitting. Mike McFarland, you name it. I'll listen to it. Boddicker, and any of the big league guys that you hear here on the station, Bluma. I listen to any of them tell me why, no, he doesn't need to do anything. That will come when his pitch recognition comes and is not. I'm open to that. I'm no hitting guru by any stretch. I just know that I saw a guy that on BP fastballs, BP pitches, whatever you want to call them, could not turn and lift. I mean, if you can't, I want to hear how that's going to just turn into that. But Walker can.
Boy, howdy.
And lived up to the moment. Everybody booing him. No problem.
That was even better. I mean, the whole crowd just raining down on him and down to his last, and he hits homers on his last 6 at-bats to win it.
Yeah.
Just what theater.
Well, do we like the new setup?
I do. Initially, I forgot that
you were bitching from the get-go. I'm on that thread. Oh, my God.
Well,
we're going to be here all night.
I forgot
like the first thing, get fired.
Yeah. I forgot at the outset that if you hit the homer on the last pitch, you get to keep going. I thought, okay, well, that makes some interest. It seemed like, I was like, we're just going to be here
it means
all
if
night.
You're trailing, you don't it's not like, okay, it's not like PKs.
Yeah.
You're down 3 with only 2 shots. We're done.
Yeah. You really can't count, how many does he have left? Because that last one you can hit forever. And so I actually did like that. I liked it better than the one issue I had with the clock was in you couldn't watch the event really because they were swinging.
You're talking about the old way.
The old way, because it was going so fast that you'd see the ball leave the bat. They look for the ball in the seats, and by the time they find the ball, by the time the ball lands, they're already throwing the next pitch. So it was impossible to really tell what was going on. I felt like, are these events going on at the 2 different events going on at the same time? Last night you had a moment to see where the ball went, and then you could go back and then see the next pitch. So I liked that pacing better. I'm sure that the first year they used the clock, we thought that worked, and then it started not working. And I'm sure at some point, are we overestimating this because of how it ended, the drama, and how great it was? And it really wasn't the format; it was just what happened. The coming years will tell. But maybe stick with it for a little while, I think you and Jeff talked about. Jeff passed on it yesterday. Well, you can't compare eras, even 10 years ago, because it's completely different format every year. Find something and stick with it.
I like the format.
I do too.
I like being able to watch the home run. I think that is part of it. I think it's important to get to that.
It's an essential part of enjoying the thing. Where does the ball going to go?
Yeah, but the quantity of home runs, you don't get as many. But I'm okay with it because I get to enjoy the ones I do get to see. Like,
yes.
If I literally had to, if you had to swallow a steak whole, well, yeah, great. You got to eat a, 20-ounce ribeye, but did you taste it, or would you rather have 8 ounces that you can chew and enjoy and savor the moment? I'll give me the 8 ounces, and that's what I felt like we had. You probably saw as many
home runs last night as you did the year before. Because
you
actually got to see them.
They weren't. You're not saying the quantity of homers hit. You're saying the ones you actually got to enjoy and watch. Yeah, I think more because you weren't distracted by it. But I did like the format. I do like the okay, as long as you keep going. Because I'm sure there was a fear from somebody that what if they hit 64 in a row? Well, then they hit 64 in a row.
Then you've watched
but
something
they're
amazing.
Not gonna. I mean, you've watched enough of these to understand what these guys' limits are. I wonder who is actually in charge of the rules. Is it Major League Baseball or is it the TV people? I'm sure if you're Major League Baseball, you want to hear what your TV partners have to say because you want to charge them more money all the time. So, yes, you definitely want happy TV partners. But, I think you also want happy players that want to perform in it. And if you limit a little bit how much they've got to go work, I think you're more likely to get guys coming back. As opposed to the dunk contest, where I do it once when I'm on my way up, only if I'm not an absolute immediate superstar like LeBron, who's never done it. But I'll do it early in my career so I can check that box, and then after that, I sit and watch because I'm too cool for school like the veterans. I'd like to get away from that and have guys really enjoy it. First of all, the $1 million is fantastic. Because if you get anybody in those first 3 years, maybe even first 4 years, maybe even first 5 years, $1 million is no joke.
When you were watching Kyle Schwarber watch Jordan Walker approach his record, he was interested, and then it looked like, oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, he cared about winning that, and it meant a lot more to Walker than it did to Schwarber as far as the bank account, but $1 million is $1 million, and
$800,000 is what Jordan Walker makes, or some would call it a little over $799,000. I would go ahead and shorten the distance and just tell you he makes $800,000. So the $1 million is significant to that kid. So I hope they keep pumping that prize money up, and I hope it gets viewers. Because the bigger the prize money is, the more likely you are to get the best out there competing.
A lot of fans made fun of Pete Alonso for doing it year after year after year, but he was winning money.
Yeah,
he wanted that check.
I want all the best, and I cannot stress enough. I think if you would settle into some rules, then we could compare eras. I think it'll be great to compare. What if we could compare Jack Caglione to Mark McGwire? If they've been in exactly the same kind of home run contest. I get it. It's not about who's the better baseball. I'm just saying, the home run derby is cool. They do home run derbies at softball parks. They do home run derbies all over the place. And if a guy's a home run derby specialist, they do long drive championships. Mm-hmm. They don't go out and win the PGA Tour, but there's money and people watch it, and it's cool. And so I think, I would like to be able to compare, wow, McGwire never got more than 13 in a 20 swing round, but Caglione got 16. Think about that. That would be great.
Yeah.
So figure out your stupid rules and keep them there.
And stick with it.
That's the beauty of baseball.
Yes.
And even with our new rules, like the not throwing over and facing 3 batters and bigger bases, I think the pitch clock actually helps the pitchers more than it helps the defenders. or helps the offensive guys. I think it helps the pitchers and the defense more. But I get it. So, like, stolen bases, like Ricky Henderson, if he was looking down right now going, Ricky, steal 200, these rules. Because that's what he'd say, by the way.
Yeah.
He'd refer to himself in the third person.
Ricky would steal.
You know, player like Ricky's.
If I played for the Met or the A.
Yeah. The plural was not Ricky's friend.
And it was
reversed the other way, too.
It fit him so perfectly.
Yeah. But he was great. One of both of our favorite players. We're fans. We're not hating.
He's one of those guys who I say if he hadn't been born, somebody would have needed to invent him.
Yes. I mean, I've told the story many times, but there's the A's trained in Scottsdale, and he walked into an art gallery. A guy who was an artist, and it was his own art. He was a sculptor and a painter, and he looks at the sculptures and everything in there. The guy walks up and goes, "Can I help you?" And he turns to him and goes, "Ricky will allow you to sculpt myself."
Or sculpt him or whatever.
Sculpt myself. I'm like, well, I'll be doing it, so
Yes.
it won't be it'll be yourself. But
yeah.
You
or
know.
he said he played for the Met. And he liked it was good to be a Mets.
Yeah, the whole press conference when he joined the Mets was he liked being a Mets, and he's glad to be playing for the Met. And then of course the great when he got traded to the Mets, his new teammate was John Olerud. And he went up to Olerud first time on the field and said, "John," or he goes, "Oh, hey, yeah, hey, Ricky, John Olerud, oh yeah, I played with a guy who wore a batting helmet in the field," and Olerud said, "Yeah, it was me in Seattle, Ricky." Or Toronto.
Toronto.
So he got traded
yeah,
up
when
to
they were there in
Toronto.
'93.
A couple of stops later. And he's like, "Yeah, I know, Ricky. It was me." 913-810-810. Spain still up 1-0. We're in, what is it, extra time?
Mm-hmm.
No, stoppage time. Stoppage time. +6. We're at the 49th minute. Spain 1-0 France. Trying to get something going here. We'll see if they do. We'll take a break. More here in the program next. Buddy Doug Stewart follows the Cardinals
He
pretty
does.
close.
Yep.
Texted me and said Walker the last couple of years was basically Hosmer. Great exit velocity, straight into the ground.
Worm
so
burners.
if Walker can go from
Yeah.
doing that, then you would think Caglione can,
Because there were some.
because he's not straight into the ground.
Yeah.
He's just line drive.
Well, last night I don't know how many worms there were around in the infield in Philadelphia, but they were in trouble because there were a few.
But that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Because Walker looked like it was easy for him to lift the ball. And maybe it's just, listen, there's like Kyle Schwarber has power. There's power plus the leverage, plus the physics. Like the taller guys, clearly, have longer, the longer arms get the bat head further out, which the further out you go from the what is it, the fulcrum,
Mm-hmm.
the center,
Yeah,
wherever it is.
That's the fulcrum.
The further out you go, the faster the bat head's going to be. So, that's why, most of these big sluggers are taller guys. And when you see somebody that's shorter and has it, and it's also why Kyle Schwarber's figured out how to cheat the distance and why he focuses so hard on it. So if the Cardinals are able to coach that into Jordan Walker, then that's what you're paying hitting coaches for.
Yeah, and there were some swings last night, particularly in the finals. It just looked like that, just that long extension, and looked so smooth and lift and gone. Just looked like he was just up there having, what? Okay, let me hit this ball real quick.
Yeah, it
Real
was
easy.
It was. It's fun to watch.
Oh,
I
wait.
think it's a great event. Do you like what do you like better, the dunk contest or the home run derby?
Oh, home run derby.
Derby, and I think,
Are you a baseball guy over a basketball guy? Is that just inherent?
100%. But
Okay.
just comparing the events, the dunk contest, it has to do with the participants, because the dunk contest, you'll get 2 or 3 G League guys in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the point?
And it's so much of it is style, and it's just only so many ways to dunk a basketball. And sometimes I think the creativity, I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? It's bringing cars in, and how many different people can we bring in, and how many of ways you just swing the ball, hit a ball 480 feet. Pretty cool and stylish on its own.
Yeah. No, I agree. We'll talk about Netflix's performance
Going one more thing.
a little bit later on.
Jordan Walker's dad was fun too.
Oh, he was great.
That's one of the best dads I've ever seen.
Was I the only one that was terrified that Walker was going to hit him in the face with the trophy?
Yeah.
Like one time he finally kind of took it and moved it around to the other
like,
side of him. I'm like,
okay.
he's going to smack him in the back of the jaw with that thing. Does he not realize how far those bats stick out there? Yeah. The whole family I thought was great.
Yeah, they were terrific.
Good
story.
What a great moment to celebrate on enemy territory.
Oh yeah, that's
Like that was
they did their best.
yeah, fantastic.
40,000 against 1.
Well, and by the way, I don't think the rest of the country's like, oh, I feel so bad for Philly. Said no one.
Even though Schwarber's likable.
He is
No!
likable, but Philly, screw you.
Yep. All right, who's the first Royal to play in an All-Star game? Brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Yes, indeed. Hour number 2 of the program begins right now. The godfather of Kansas City sports, Frank Bowl, joins with us
in here.
Frank's here.
I'm here.
Brought to you by our friends
Frank.
at Applause Custom Sight and Sound. They're here in town more than 20 years. Locally owned and operated, the best when it comes to smart home technology. In-home theaters. If you wanted to, stream you some home run derby last night while checking out a movie with the family. I'm not saying all of us did that. Some of us might have. You can have that multiple TV setup, that video wall. Maybe it's rocket fast Wi-Fi. Maybe it's integrating your whole office. That's right. Smart home technology is just not for home. Integrating your lighting, being able to stream your music anywhere inside your house, outside your house, your climate control, all of it. How about security and surveillance? That's what we added to our Applause Custom Sight and Sound system about a year or two ago. It took about a day. Very cost effective. Didn't cut any holes anywhere in the house because we built it right the first time with Applause Custom Sight and Sound. Find my friends at Applause online at applausetheater.com. And at some point, Chuck, take me up on my lunch offer. I'll just say that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to, that or I'm taking Corey. If you won't go, then I'm taking Corey to lunch. So there you go. Putting that APB out there.
Oh, boy, that's really a bummer if you have to take Corey.
Well, I like Corey. I like all the people there. But, I've tried with Chuck, and, he waves me off, so, okay.
Yeah.
He's a busy man. They're doing a lot of jobs, a lot of projects. Applause Custom Sight and Sound. Great people, great Kansas City company. They do great work. Find them online at applausetheater.com. Frank?
Yes?
What do you think of the Netflix? Did you watch the Home Run Derby?
I watched part of the home run. Yeah, I didn't watch every
pitch.
But
Why? You were all over it.
He turned it off after he saw his commercial.
Yeah, I saw my commercial. I went, okay, it's on there, so I'm done. I'm going to go watch House of Dragon now.
Mega media superstar. Is that good, by the way?
What?
House of Dragon?
Oh, yeah. I like it. I mean, yeah, it's nothing.
I saw season 1. And I was getting ready to watch season 2. It was one that I kind of like, well, if I want to watch back-to-backs, I want to do it. I don't want to string it out every week.
Yeah. Right.
So I was waiting for them all to come out, and I was getting ready to dive in, and people are like, yeah, no battle. I go, what? Yeah, 10 episodes, no battle. I go, no, they were about to have a big, there was no fight in the first one, and I defended the show saying, well, come on, they got to set up all the storylines. Yeah, they're building to it, but you can tell, boy, when we come back season 2, it's going to be on.
That's right.
And we got
especially the way season 1 ended with
the dragon fight. And I was like, okay, here we go. And everyone was like, yeah, no battle. Yeah. Like, what? Yeah. No, there's more talking. I'm like, well, come on. So then I didn't watch it. And now the third one, the way they're promoting it, they make it look like it's just a firefight the whole time.
Yeah, it's semi.
Okay.
Not the whole
Did
time.
we get something at least?
Yeah.
It was like after the first year of Happy Days when the older brother just disappeared and they came back.
No.
You thought he'd be a feature of season 2 and they came back and he was just gone.
Nothing.
Where did Chuck go?
Will ever compare to Game of Thrones to me. There's, for that 8 seasons, it was incredible. Some people, the way it ended. I said, that's 8 years of
you can't. There's no way to end that. They should have.
Unbelievable.
If I had that to do over again, I know everybody loves the prequel thing, but I would just have left it open ended and then wait 5 years and let's come up with some good ideas and then let's fire that back up.
Yeah,
right. That would have been my approach.
To me, the most analyzed part of the history of a series is the final episode. I'm like, the series is fantastic for 8 years, and the end leaves you kind of So
it's like Breaking Bad. They all get
they can't all be home runs.
They all just sort of get into that, trying to finish it. How do we end this thing?
I have a hard time. For decades has been destroyed because of the ending. I'm like.
By the way, spoiler alert here. We're going to talk about the ending of Breaking Bad. If you haven't jumped on that one yet. Then we'll go to the ending of The Wire, then The Sopranos.
I haven't gotten to The Wire one yet. I'm still watching that.
You are watching The Wire right now?
I'm on season 2.
Oh, how fantastic is The Wire?
It's great.
Oh, it's one of my absolute favorite streams of all time. Like, I will watch that. When people are like, I don't know what I'm going to do when I retire. I know what I'm going to do. I have a million shows. I'm going to sit on my fat ass and watch TV, you clowns. Got anything to do. So much great material out there to watch nowadays. Like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I might also pick up a book.
A what? Read?
I don't get to read as much as I'd like to read, so I am not afraid of how to fill my time.
You guys can read?
Yeah. had my Senna book sitting next to my bed for a year and a half
really?
now. Yes.
Oh gosh.
But anyway,
We do.
more about you, Frank. I forgot where
Please
were we?
don't.
The
we're talking
ending
about
of
series.
Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
End of Breaking Bad.
So that was not on the list here, but I can't remember how Breaking Bad ended because I saw Breaking Bad. I basically didn't watch any of the shows. Like I watched The Sopranos, and that was like the last show I watched. And then I didn't watch anything until like right before the pandemic I started watching TV, which was like a divine like, okay, fatty, you're going to need some help.
Yeah.
So you ain't going to have the sports to watch, so we're going to give you, we're going to give you the bug of watching some of these streaming shows. And so then I watched them all. But so I watched Breaking Bad, I think after it definitely was. It was entirely done and in the can. So I could fire through three or four of those at a time, and it was fantastic.
Binge.
But then I turned right around and went right to Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah.
And so I can't remember. They blur together like the storylines, which they're supposed to because they're the same. But like I don't remember, how did Breaking Bad? I know he dies finally after years of dying of cancer.
Yeah, the guy he set himself up, right? With the remember it was the automatic.
Oh yeah, down
the
in the
automatic.
that's right. Okay, now I remember.
the-
With Jesse
the 50
going down and
caliber,
getting Jesse. Yeah,
the 50 caliber. Yeah,
Okay, now I remember.
that's the way it ended. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
We
good.
didn't go,
You
sure.
didn't like that ending?
No, I didn't mind.
Oh, I
It's
thought you
just-
were saying it
it's
wasn't any
tough,
good.
Yeah, it's like the other series. I think is tremendous. The Band of Brothers is just one.
Oh, that's great. That's just one season though.
Yeah, that's just one. That's one of the great series. Yeah, it's just terrific.
Apple had I forget what it was called, but they had a version of that where they're all B-52 pilots.
Oh yeah,
Masters
it was
of the Air.
Masters of the Air. Yeah, it was good.
That's worth. I thought
It
that
was
was
good,
really good.
too. Very
the guy who
good.
played Elvis most recently is in it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was good.
Yeah, that was very
really
good. That was
Yeah.
very good too.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I thought
Covered 'em.
Fish was the series finale for Fish was. I mean, Abe Vigoda had some zingers in that one.
You are kind of the soccer haters. When we start talking about relevant TV of today,
No, I love
You're
it.
like
I
the
just
guy
thought-
who
I
has to
wanted
be
to be
like,
funny.
"Oh, it's TV.
No,
here's an old show."
That is not me at all. It is absolutely not me at all. I have no. That is you've created that character and he doesn't exist. I do not denigrate at all any modern shows. I just haven't gotten around to watching them. I said when I've seen
with the
You
kids,
keep them so busy.
with the kids in the lawn.
yeah, that's what it is. I mean I do what I want to do.
That's right.
Wow,
You know
what a weird concept.
You know
Doing
what?
things you like to do.
I'm very jealous sometimes of that.
Which one of us complains about our life more?
I didn't. I just say that. Well, one of us aspires to something, and the other one is along for the ride.
And how's that working
And is
for you?
happier now.
How's that working for you? Why am I happier
I mean, we can
than
put
you?
the scorecards on the table and let the people choose.
Yeah.
Why?
Why am I happier than you? Anyway, it's but I've seen clips of some of these shows and I'm like, God, it's fantastic. I saw 5 minutes, 15 minutes of an episode of Game of Thrones. I'm like, I get it, man.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
It's
The acting,
Yeah.
the production values are stunning. So I haven't gotten. I was like, do I want to watch all those? I'll move to the next thing.
Yeah.
What I'm just
whatever it's going to be.
this comes up like about every couple of years. What is the next thing though? What is it
I
that
don't
you move
know.
on to that
I don't
like
know
what
what it will be.
is it like? Oh, look, my watch reflects on the ceiling. Like,
I
is
don't
it
know what it'll be.
what? I'm just like when you're about ready to start Breaking Bad or you're about ready to start Game of Thrones or you're because you pay for all these services. And like you're like, is it? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm genuinely because I have people go, is Kurtis serious or is that just like kind of a character he plays? I said, no, he's serious. I'm just like, is it like, oh, I'm going to watch this documentary?
There isn't
or is it?
any.
Oh, I'm
going to
play my guitar. I'm just
don't ever
curious.
get around to it. It's just I don't. It isn't a conscious decision. I don't log what like. Well, I was going to watch this, but in 2022 this happened, and I don't watch. I don't know. I just don't get around to it.
Best thing about that situation, if he does get into them, he doesn't have to wait from Sunday to Sunday.
Every time I sit in front of my TV, I think, what do I want to watch? And then I watch that.
I am becoming one of the
life's
people
pretty
that
simple.
subscribes to the idea of you let them all come out
Mhm.
and then you
because
then you can go at whatever pace you want.
Yeah.
So last thing, TV critic Frank Pohl with us here in the program. There's a show I just started the other night. I Will Find You.
Oh, that is Harlan Coben's.
I don't know who.
It's not Harlan Coben.
Stop with your.
And I will kill you.
I will find you.
No,
Yeah,
I'll find you.
He's the
No,
novelist.
it's it's about I guess a novel,
Yeah,
and it's a show where this guy is in prison for having killed his
son.
young son.
Yeah,
He didn't do it.
right.
Is the case, and he busts out of prison.
Now
and,
we have to prove it.
and he's trying to prove it, so he doesn't have to go back. And I watched the first. That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got the red-haired gal from.
What's it called?
It's called.
I will find you.
I will find you. I think it's Netflix.
And I think it is a Harlan Coben, ex Harlan Coben novel. I think
Yeah.
it is. I
Yes.
think.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it here.
Yeah.
Harlan Coben's I will find you.
and it's got the red-haired gal from the Weird Apple show.
Britt Lauer or Britt
um,
Lower?
What's the weird, Kyle? Come on. What's the Weird Apple show where they don't know if they're different people at work and home?
Oh, Severance.
Severance.
Oh,
It's got the
yeah.
red-haired gal from Severance.
I haven't watched.
I was like,
Severance.
who is that gal? I know that gal. So you open up the Bible, IMDb,
That's it.
Bible of TV and films. I
That's
mean,
it.
don't
Yeah, sure.
not trying to be sacrilegious here.
Yes.
I got to make my way
Chapter
to
and
my
verse. We have no
Yeah.
chapter and verse.
No, but
there.
there's nothing better. Like, oh yeah.
I remember her.
That's like that's the best.
Milo Ventimiglia, he's great.
Okay,
That's Hayden. That's the other lead. I guess
that's the main guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
He's
know.
been
his name, but
in a number of things.
Yeah.
I like Chi McBride.
it's pretty. It's
Good
a good
cast.
show. Yeah.
I will find you. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
get that.
You get
Yeah,
that
Sarah and
started.
I end up going. We'll watch some stuff, and we go through. If they have been out for a while, and there's a lot of the what's it called, the episodes are all done. We end up going through, and we don't have anything to watch. I said, well, if we didn't watch 6 tonight, we could have saved a couple for
Yeah. Yeah.
tomorrow night.
There's always more shows.
I know
just
that. I
figure it
know
out.
that.
Just
I know.
Google something.
Then we'll watch.
But we
a
are
movie.
moving to a point where at least half the shows that are on TV are going to be written by Taylor Sheridan.
Absolutely.
Dude is
He's doing
prolific.
okay. He's
Yeah.
doing okay. Yeah.
Everything he writes has a spinoff, and then spinoff, everyone goes,
I
that's
know.
fantastic. I don't know how he does it, man.
Yeah, I don't either. The other deal
It's
is we watched a
amazing.
movie the other night. Sarah had never seen A Few Good Men. She'd never
What?
seen the movie.
All she's got to do is turn on TNT.
Yeah,
and
right.
any day that ends in a Y, and
Yeah.
it's on.
It's like
we
she hadn't seen
watched A Few
Casino.
Good Men.
Casino's on.
I'm not sure
All
she's
the
ever seen.
time.
I think the other one that I recorded was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I don't think she's seen
That one's
Butch
not on
Cassidy.
very often. But
Yeah, that is an awesome movie.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Yeah.
That
So,
is good.
so we'll go back and grab those every once in a while.
All right, let's
Grab
set the rules.
it. Okay. That's
The
right.
fight. That's
There are no rules.
well, there ain't no rules. Boom.
I can't swim.
What did you think of the Home Run Derby TV production?
Oh, only okay.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
was
think
not, it was
you're
not
being
good.
kind.
Well, yeah.
Like Netflix, if you want to get into sports, then hire some people who have produced sports television, right? Like, Kurtis said, he's like, I don't need a million cameras. I'm like, I don't mind a million cameras. Just don't try to go to them on
Yeah.
every,
Yeah, right.
use them when they're like, it's great to have, like, they bring out a million cameras for the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
They don't jump 1 through a million on each snap of the football.
Nope.
They go to ones like, okay, now we have a dynamic view of this from that camera.
Right.
Let's go to it.
We have an
you may get
isolation.
only one shot out of the camera. Like I've never seen. And then,
Post round. Here's 4 versions of this amazing
right.
home run.
well, and just like, well, we don't really know how to analyze it, so we're just going to throw a bunch of people at it.
Oh.
Mhm.
Like, is Albert Pujols any good? I don't know, because he doesn't get much time to talk
You
because
don't
there's a
even know
million
who
of
is
them.
talking.
Barry Bonds, no,
No.
is not good.
No.
Like, and so if you're going to bring Barry Bonds in, then somebody coach him up, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Like,
I've seen him talk about hitting and pitching, and that he's got it in his. You got to get it out of him. Though.
Yeah.
well, he's
He doesn't
He's
know
an
how to
analytical
articulate
guy.
it. Yeah.
You've got to get that out of him.
and it's not about the steroids or the fact that he was disgraced and all. I'm just talking about but Pujols might even have it too. I don't even remember Pujols really talking much last night, but with Bonds, like, so much is always like, oh, Barry, you're great is what they hear their whole lives.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they're talking down to people because people have talked them up, right? And it's not that they're being rude. It's just, it's like,
the
oh,
way they
there,
are.
I saw you do this. And so when he sat there, he thought he was doing a phenomenal job when he's telling Jordan Walker, I'm going to watch you. Like, great, Barry. shut up. Like, he kept talking about, I'm going to keep my eye on you. Now I've seen you. Basically going, I didn't even know who you were. Right. When you stepped up there. I didn't even, I don't really pay
Who
attention.
is this guy?
I cycle all the time. He feels he's a big bicycle guy now. Yeah. And I'm cycling, and he's like, I'm going to keep my eye on you now. Well, I mean, some of us are aware of who he is. You know, like could you
Some of us pay attention to baseball.
Like, hey, Barry, we're going to take a look at one of his swings. Tell me here, what do you like about this swing? You know, and they got the gal who, I don't know if she's on ESPN or not, but she was hosting. I can't remember her name. She was on a couple of their commercials when they were pushing their casino, so much. By the way, right now, unless it's disallowed, Spain 2, France nothing in the 58th minute. Spain just put another one in the onion basket.
The old onion bag.
Yeah, the old onion bag.
France has never won a game when they were trailing at halftime. They were trailing today 1-0.
Yeah, they're not looking good for France.
No, it's not.
My pick to win it all, Spain, is up 2-0.
España.
But Barry, we're gonna slow mo the swing, and we want you to tell us what's going on. But the gal from ESPN, she doesn't know how to lead anything, and so I'm just like, come on. Like, you have all this incredible baseball acumen there, and you're just sitting around going, great job, Jordan, great job, what a great job. Hey, let's get Dad over here. Dad, how about that $1 million? What do you think? Like, you've had 1 million cameras sitting out there, you're not showing any replays, and nobody is breaking down why this kid just did what he did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. When did TV quit, is what I'm asking you.
A while ago.
A
while ago they quit.
L. Duncan?
Yes, yeah. It was a complete,
I mean, people were like saying, can we go back to Chris Berman going back? I was like, I don't think I want to do that, but.
Well, I mean, you saw that it is hard because they were like, how do you be like, oh, it's a bomb? Oh, it's enormous. It's
Yeah.
There are a couple of them you need to reserve for like the Caglione.
Yes.
Third decker. And
sure you do.
But there are also ones who's like, oh my God, gone. I'm like, it bounced on the warning track.
Yeah. There was one.
Do you not have a feed?
I was hoping somebody else noticed that. I can't remember which one it was.
And he never corrected it.
And he was doing like an impression of.
Who was it? I don't even know who it was.
I can't remember, but I think he was doing an impression of that team's play-by-play guy. As so-and-so would say, that's a swing and a drive and it's gone. And boing.
Bounce.
And I almost fell out of off my couch.
Here's the thing about
was so funny.
The Barry Bonds thing. You'll find out from a lot of athletes, these are the ones that fail in broadcasting, is you will try to coach them up, and they look at you like, what do you know?
Who are you?
I'm Barry Bonds. Well, who the hell are you?
And then you fire them.
That's what I mean.
I mean,
that's the problem most times.
Listen, there are some broadcast companies out there, and I won't get into it because we may or may not do some business with some of them here, but that will... They literally, it's just like, well, he's got a name. I'm like, yeah, but he can't talk.
I know. He can't do it.
He doesn't and I'm not saying they're dumb. That like there is like a, listen, we played grab ass to start this segment, right?
Sure.
And we probably played grab ass too long. If you're rolling around, that Kurtis and I get going on our side crap, and we should have shut that down quicker. All right, so I'll freely admit, we evaluate ourselves, right? But there's an element for fun in there, and then you got to turn towards what the subject is. Like, we do have a pretty good grasp of how this entity works. Mm-hmm. But, like, if you don't do broadcasting, you don't know that broadcasting part. You may know hitting, and Barry Bonds knows hitting, so put him in his element.
Yes.
Right? And be like, okay, let's talk about where his hands start. But then you'd have to have the host know something about hitting.
One of the things that
to send Barry down the right road.
One of the great broadcasters ever, one of my favorites, is Dick Enberg. And one of the things everyone always said, whoever worked with him, is that nobody was better than Dick Enberg at setting up his analysts to deliver the knowledge they knew. And if you watched him, he went through a lot of guys through his career in various sports. And every time you watch it broadcast, the analyst was always good because he knew how to get out of this guy what the best stuff he had. And that's just forgotten by people sometimes.
Right. And the guy who's doing that now is Mike Tirico. Mike Tirico is really good at that.
Tirico does a good job.
He does everything, too. I mean, he does every sport. It's not like he concentrates on golf or concentrates on the NFL or concentrates on he does every freaking sport.
He's a really bright guy. He's really good. I think his senior year was my freshman year at Syracuse, or maybe he graduated right before I got there. But I know his senior year of Syracuse, he was already the anchor and I think sports director of the local NBC affiliate.
Yeah.
Like he started as an intern, then they put him on camera while he's at school.
Yeah.
Then he was like the lead anchor, and then he was the sports director. Like either right during his senior year or immediately as soon as he got out of school. That's where he landed.
Yeah.
I mean, his preparation
Right.
is tremendous, and
And then, of course, Kevin Harlan.
Kevin's.
Seattle.
Kevin's the other one. He got done with college and walked right into the Kings booth, basically.
Right. And then he did.
Because he had been producing, by the way, for people who think, whoa, his dad was not in broadcasting. His
No, he
dad was the
wasn't.
president of the Packers. But he was driving from Lawrence to Kansas City to produce the Chiefs pregame show
Yeah.
when he was in college. Everybody else was nursing a hangover, and maybe Kevin was too, I don't know. But his ass was here in Kansas City producing the Chiefs pregame show. And
Plus, he ended up doing Missouri and Kansas.
I know.
You talk
That's the
about
best.
That is the best thing ever.
That is the best. I mean,
God. He's the guy, man.
but
He's awesome.
I'm just baffled by you spend these hundreds of millions of dollars, to get these rights, and you won't spend a few $100,000 to hire and or train the people that you represent you and put the broadcast on.
Absolutely.
Like it's just like if it. The other thing about the broadcast that number one, again, Jack Caglione did not get talked to, right?
No,
and they talked about
so
everything else during Jack's at bat.
Yeah.
And right after the round, they put him on the smaller screen, and I'm seeing an in-segment commercial, 2 of them actually. I'm going, what is happening? Do we not have enough commercials we got to have while he's there? They're showing him doing stuff. Why?
Yeah,
What is it?
no.
Why? What's going on?
Wait till he's done in between hitters.
I know it was a few years back when Salvi, that they interviewed Pete Alonso during Salvador Perez's entire.
Well, this wasn't a whole lot better.
This wasn't hardly any better. Yeah.
And by the way, Salvi was crushing it.
Yeah.
Caglione had a moment of like 4 home runs in a row that were all big, but it's irritating. And I would think even if you're just a baseball fan, you wanted to hear Jack Caglione. I bought 6 of his rookie cards because this guy's got immense power, and I watched what he's doing in the minor leagues. I want to hear what this guy has to say. Who do I buy these cards for?
Right.
Or he's on my fantasy team, or what? Like if you're a baseball fan, you want to know who these people are. All of them.
And then wonder why fans don't connect to outside the game, the cities don't connect to these players.
If you're in
because they don't
St.
get a chance to hear
Louis,
'em.
did they until Jordan Walker won it? Did they say boo to Jordan Walker either?
Not really.
I mean, I don't think he
Not that I remember.
got a ton of coverage. And how come nobody got to the bottom of the train track necklaces he was wearing?
Yes.
Could we talk about how? I mean, he won
won
the home run derby with 78 pounds of steel hanging around his neck. Nobody is going to ask him about that.
No.
Is that to weigh your head down because your head's pulling off the ball? Is this some kind of swing mechanism here? Those look like they weighed 15 pounds each.
It's almost like he was in a skit.
Well, and I'm like, is that silver? Is that like a white? Is that platinum? What are those? Was I the only one that was like,
no? Well, what's he doing?
On one of the slow-mo replays, you can watch. I was like, wow.
But there are sometimes like when Mahomes wears the black, I guess they're black diamonds necklace.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a couple of those, and I'm kind of like, is that worth it? I mean, like, is that what we're going for?
Hey.
When
you got enough
I
money.
get it, Pat's way. I sit before you in a 20-year-old or 15-year-old sporting hoodie because it's chilly in the studio, a $10 T-shirt and some gym shorts. That's it. I ain't saying that I'm the cutting edge of fashion, but I'm just like the black diamonds.
Yeah.
Or what? Like what is that? I don't know what that is. Is that?
I don't either.
And like with his necklaces, I'm like, is this cool? Am I missing? I mean, I know what happens. You get old, Frank. Come
I
on,
know.
years
I
ago,
know exactly
when you quit knowing what was cool. But I was like, what is this? What the kids are wearing now?
I guess kids these days.
He is only making $800,000.
That's all. That's all he's got.
They got $1 million, $1 million bucks.
More than doubled his yearly haul.
That's the one thing.
With one swing.
That's the one thing they do right.
Yeah.
It's like we're going to pay some guys, and then we'll get
Yeah, we'll get the participants.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Before we leave for the commercial break, I wanted to ask you a question. You were in Lake Tahoe,
Yes.
and you ended up interviewing the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert.
I was on, and I went on in Vegas about that last night, and I ended up creating a stir with the Big 12 because they quoted. I called. They were asking about Yormark, and I called him a coward, and so that got sent out, and now everyone's upset.
Yeah,
And I stand by the comment, but
Well, you interviewed her, talked about.
Yeah.
And then she stands up, Dan Patrick.
Yes.
She did not talk to Dan Patrick.
Oh.
Her advisor said, "Do not go on the air."
He was going to ask her.
He was going to ask her about Caitlin Clark. And
So first of all, do we
Sophie Cunningham.
do we take every word that comes out of Andy Reid's mouth as it's factual and truthful, or do we understand that sometimes they tell us things that aren't necessarily true?
True. The
Second.
latter.
Okay. So someone like they made a big deal out of like their PR people told her not to go. She's the commissioner. If she wants to go on, she'll go on. So getting fixated on that, she decided she didn't want to go on. What do you care? Lots of people at that tournament don't go on with us. You know?
Right. I know that.
Robert Saleh told us yes 7 times and never came over.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's okay. And I would tell the folks
So where they
with us,
blow people off.
Easton-
Oh yeah, I'll be over. I'll be over.
yeah, I mean, we talked about the different ways. The Greg Maddox, yeah, and just keep walking and never, yeah, and keep walking. He literally with like a stiff arm move while you're doing
Heisman.
it. I'd say it is what it is. Some people come over, some people don't. You can't get all hurt. But my objection is one, were there going to be tough questions? Yes, but we wanted to do a journalistic interview. Like we did a fluff piece. And he asserted that we said we're only going to talk about expansion. Chad Boger walked up and said, "Hey, would you have some time with us? We'd like to catch you before you're around." She said yes, and we sat down. And then I talked about expansion, and almost exclusively expansion. At the end, I did talk about the fact that she gets booed. Okay,
Oh, sure.
but
Like the
exclusively
NFL
expansion
commissioner.
because that's what Kansas City cares about.
Yeah.
Is like we were kind of in the running for a WNBA expansion team. The current is doing great. That ownership seems like fantastic ownership, and they would be the ownership on a WNBA franchise. And so I think we'd like a franchise, and I think we do a great job supporting the franchise. That's why I talked about that, because I don't know how many people in Kansas City even know that Caitlin Clark got fouled, and the gal who fouled her is getting death threats, and then the reffing, and is it getting too physical? And there are some hardcore WNBA fans in Kansas City that would care about that, but the vast majority of my listenership thinks of the WNBA in terms of, well, when we get a team, I'll dive in.
And you don't
Yeah,
get
sure.
40 minutes to sit there.
I had
and
10
just-
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And the other thing that chaps my ass about that is he's like, she said yes and wouldn't do it, and I don't like that. You shouldn't say yes and not do it. Robert Saleh should have just told us, I'll see if there's time. Don't say yes and then not do it. But I don't really care. I'm used to it. I've been here for 30-plus years. Dan Patrick's 70, so if he hasn't figured that out by now, I don't know what his problem is. But the thing is, he's like, she was just 50 yards away. Yes, she was, Dan. So climb your privileged ass down the 5 steps from your platform, walk over and ask her, hey, how come you're not coming on? Just like she was only 50 yards from getting on your set, you were only 50 yards from getting the answer yourself.
Yeah, right.
Instead of making assertions about my radio show, my radio station, and everything else about the WNBA. Walk your MFing ass over to her and ask her your GD self.
They're journalists, right? They're just trying to be journalists.
It's like the privileged and just like, I should have gotten that fired up, so I apologize. But I mean, come on.
No, you should have.
You kidding me?
Well, I mean, I just
That was crap.
Great.
I think it's Bush League. I think Dan Patrick's been a fine broadcaster for. I think if you're too old for the job, then quit.
Yeah.
It's one of the things, somebody tell me when I'm too old for the job, and not you out there listening, because I'll just piss you off about Kansas one day. But I've got a handful of people that I'm like, listen, when you're like, you're just a cantankerous ass, you need to get out of here. Like, I got people I'm like, do that for me. Okay? But it's not you, KU, State, Missouri fan, because you're just going to get your, you're just going to get your ass chapped one day. Oh, that's it. You're too old. Well, I'm not going. But there are people that I'm like, hey, because then I feel like that's kind of where he got to. It's like, because not one time did he venture anywhere near any of the players on the range.
Well, he
went to his set, he sat there, and then he went to wherever he goes, which is fine. But you don't have the right to then take shots and talk smack on anyone who said no. Other than, I do think it's fair to say they said yes, they didn't come on.
Yeah.
But like I said, I only bring up the Robert Saleh thing to show examples of this happens all the time at those events. And so acting like you were wronged and the horrible atrocity. And I'll tell you another thing while I'm at it. I said this in Vegas, so I might as well say it here. I don't think, first of all, he said, you want to be legitimate? you come on the show. And then he goes on to say, Roger Goodell, we ask tough questions. He won't come on. Oh, so wait a minute. If not coming on means you're not legitimate, so the NFL's not legitimate? Or it's a double standard, one that you hold only towards the women's league and the female commissioner? Because if it's okay, if the NFL's still legitimate and Roger Goodell doesn't come on your show, then how is the WNBA illegitimate and Engelbert somehow at fault because she didn't come on? Because she did the same thing that Roger Goodell did.
Right.
Yep.
So I think that's sexist. And I think let's be clear here, we've made some strides in this country. We've maybe taken some strides backwards at times when it comes to equal treatment of men and women, or of women and men, I should put it in that order. But I will tell you that I don't think there's any doubt that the WNBA is not covered the same way. And a lot of people they're a lot tougher and got a lot more willingness to take shots at the WNBA than they are the other sports.
Mm-hmm.
And so screw him would be my final thought.
Does that answer your question, Frank?
No, not good enough, Frank?
Hey.
Yeah.
Journalist,
Enough.
ask the question, right?
Like the end of that speech in
There he is.
newsroom. Enough?
That's right.
Take a break, get some Frank opinions next.
The program with Soren Petro.
That boy heavy. That boy dense.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, listen, the Plumbing Pro is helping me and my family out yet again. We got a toilet problem. I didn't hesitate this time. Several years ago, tried to do it all myself. I had found out that the plumbing company we'd always use wasn't that good. I'm like, I can do this, no problem. 6 hours later, a lot of profanities. Yeah, I think I kind of fixed it, but it was horrible. I wasted an entire afternoon. Don't do it. The Plumbing Pro are experts at everything. Sewer, septic, drain installation, repair. That hot water heater's not hot. They'll make it work. Maybe you can't flush, do a load of laundry. Nobody's happy when that's the case. Maybe you got big-time problems with that main line coming in from the street. The Plumbing Pro has you covered. The one to know is the Plumbing Pro. Don't wait. Call 816-763-8200. Find them online at theplumbingpro.com. That's what I did this time. The plumber's there right now at my house from the Plumbing Pro. Look, they have lived in Kansas City their entire lives. They've been owned and operating in Kansas City since 1980. Steve and his crew are absolutely fantastic. A lot of names you'll see out there, well, that's a familiar name. They've been around for a while. Yeah, that name's been around for a while, but now they're owned by an out-of-town company, and it is not the same kind of service you're used to. You can get that service still with the Plumbing Pro. Locally owned and operated, serving Kansas City since 1980, experts in all things plumbing, even remodeling that bathroom. So if you need a new tub or shower, tell them you want the Petro deal. Get $2,000 off a new tub or shower replacement right now at the Plumbing Pro. Go to theplumbingpro.com. That's theplumbingpro.com or call 816-763-8200. Remember, the one to know is the Plumbing Pro.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At Heartland Men's Health, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality. Using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey, Soren Petro here. If you're shopping for an RV, check out my friends at Unlimited RV. They're Kansas City's #1 selling RV dealership, all while maintaining a 4.7, that's right, 4.7 Google rating with more than 900 reviews. Every new camper comes with a lifetime warranty, and used campers 2 years old and newer, they qualify as well. With 2 locations, transparent pricing, and with master certified technicians, Unlimited RV makes
All right, the Twin Peaks end of the hour answer. Who was the first Royal to play in an All-Star game?
Cookie Rojas?
It was in Cincinnati. Nope. He was the first to homer.
What position?
Outfield.
Amos Otis.
Amos Otis,
Oh, how about
1970. In fact,
I was going to say Steve Busby.
it was his
That wouldn't have
throw.
been bad.
It was his throw to Ray Fosse that resulted in the collision with Pete Rose.
With Pete Rose, that's right.
So Amos Otis ended Ray Fosse's career prematurely, is what you're saying?
That's exactly right.
Is that where we're going with this?
It
Curtis?
wasn't,
Throw was
wasn't
the
Pete
right-
Rose.
Yeah.
It wasn't up the line. I
Pete
don't
had
think.
nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Hey,
There you go.
one of the more underrated for a guy who's in the Royals Hall of Fame. The fact that his
But it's so
some of
early
his
in,
best
in their
success,
tenure.
Yeah. It was before they really got good. He was really good, and so
But Thunderdome, you intern punk. If you want to be a Royals fan, go to Baseball Reference and look up Amos Otis. Take a look at those numbers.
Yeah.
Make sure you can talk intelligently for your great future broadcast career and be able to quantify Amos Otis as a great player. If you're a young person out there, when you hear these names from Curtis, go look them up so you have some depth of knowledge of your local team. Amos Otis was great. I also heard he was kind of a pain in the ass. Did you cover him?
I covered him. Mm-hmm.
Was he a pain in the
Yeah,
ass?
it was okay. I mean, he was not that forthcoming, but he'd talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but he.
Well, I heard that from somebody who may have been a pain in the ass themselves.
Really? I got your drift. Yeah, I know how that works. And it's funny how that works for the broadcasters. There's some guys that those guys don't like, and you know they don't like them.
And some of them will tell them, because I don't like you.
Yeah, I just don't like you.
Don't like you.
Because I don't like you.
I don't like you.
Have I told that story on the? Have we told that on the air, or did we just tell that to people at remotes?
I think we told it on the air.
I think so.
Oh yeah, I've heard that on the air.
Okay, Bo Jackson to Don Fortune.
Sure.
Don trying to get him on Sunday night, Monday night baseball was on his channel. So they would send the local sports guy to basically be the sideline reporter, and so they want to put you on for pregame, and he said no. So he tells the truck, no, tell him it's for us. It's for okay. Hey Bo, they really want you on. No. Okay, tell him. He's like, no, you got to go back. You got to go back. We got to get him. Tell him it's for us.
Ask him why.
Ask him why. and he says, I'm not asking him why. And he goes back, Bo, they really want you on this. Do you want to do it? He goes, no. And Bo had more of a stutter then.
Yeah, he did.
And he said, don't you want to know why?
Yeah, Don started to walk away.
Don started to walk away, and Don goes, he's like, okay, Bo, sure. Why? Because I don't like you.
Yeah. I
got along good with
don't
Bo.
like you.
Oh, it was great.
Very
I wish I
simple.
had that recorded.
that was
One
so great.
of the greatest athletes ever.
Yeah. Oh, he's tremendous.
Jeez.
Tremendous. And from what I hear from the people who do the fantasy camp, swell guy.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah. People really enjoy him at the fantasy camp. So, and I'm a big Bo fan, but that's the story. There it is. People have heard it. Let's get to some frank opinions. Curtis, where do we begin?
Did you watch the Home Run Derby last night? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number?
It was on Netflix. There's probably some folks that don't have Netflix. I shouldn't be showing my cards here on how I'm coming up with a number. But I'll say listen to the show or following you on Twitter, 72%.
73.
54. Whoa! If you didn't watch the Home Run Derby last night, was it because it was on Netflix?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
The answer is actually no.
Oh, really?
That surprised me.
Okay. Frank, the percentage on no?
I'll say 58.
Making it hard to thread that needle. Was it because the answer was no? 59. I'm going to regret that, but I'm going to go 59.
60.6.
God,
I knew it wasn't going to be high. I knew it wasn't going to be high.
What was your biggest issue with the coverage? The commentary, the camera switches, or other?
Yes.
All of the above. I'll say the camera switches.
I don't think people knew who the commentators were, so generally when something's new, you don't like it. So I'm going to say the commentators.
It was the camera switches.
Oh, okay.
56%, 34% said the commentary.
Nobody knew who the hell. Albert who?
Rate
Barry,
the home
what?
run derby coverage 0 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 10.
I'll say 0 to 3.
I'll say 4 to 6.
51% said 4 to 6. 38 said 0 to 3. Will Jack Caglione win a home run derby as a Royal? Yes or no?
I'll say no.
Yeah, the math is definitely no. I think we got smart listeners. I'm going to say no.
Number?
Just yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Jack out there too. 64%.
63.
69.8.
Getting killed here.
Will Bobby Wood Jr. get a hit tonight? Yes or no?
Yes.
Number?
My turn. 80.
He's only a couple of bats. Well, let's play the math. 79.
83.1.
Good job, Frank. Good number.
Thank you.
Will
What?
Bobby Wood Jr. get an extra base hit tonight? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
51-49. No.
That could have gone either way. That's like stealing on that one. But I'll take it.
It's
Don't get me wrong.
51-49. That's pretty close.
All right, that's what I'm saying. I was like stealing on that. I didn't
know.
Yeah, that could have gone either way.
Will Michael Waka get into the game tonight? Yes or no?
I think the right answer is yes, because
I'm gonna say
he's
no.
a respected pro. I mean, I think he's a pros pro. Like, they respect him. He's been in the All-Star game before, but it was like
2015.
2015. Is that his only other appearance?
Yep.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's done a damn good job for a long time. I think guys love playing with guys like Michael Walker. He's a good dude. So I think the team will do everything they can to try to get him in there, but I don't know if the fans will believe in that. I'll go ahead and say yes, though.
I'll say no.
52-48. No.
Yeah. I don't mind that.
Are you still interested in the World Cup with the USA out and the KC matches over? Here are the three possibilities. Yes, just as much. Yes, but not as much. Or no.
Yes,
Yes,
but
not
as much.
It's actually yes, just as much.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
Number?
3 choices?
Yep.
I'll go with yes, just as much. 43%.
I'll say 44.
48.3. 38.3 said yes, but not as much. Only 13% said they'd lost interest.
By the way, Mbappe picking up a yellow. We're in the 87th. Still 2-0 España.
It's over.
Who did you go to your first MLB game with? Parent, sibling, friend, or no one?
Parent.
Number?
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say 75.
Parent, sibling, friend, or no one?
Or no one.
I think it's probably your parents when you were a kid. I'll say 76.
88.7. The only game I went to with a parent.
You've only
was
been to
actually,
one game?
No, the only game I went with my parent, with the parent, was with my mom.
Yeah.
And it was July Sunday in 1980. It was I went early, got the GA seats. It was 90-some degrees, and my mom went out there. We sat in the right field GA and watched the Royals beat the Yankees 8-0.
Yeah. I went with my dad.
That was the only time. My mom liked baseball. My dad was more of a boxing fan, but my mom actually liked baseball.
I remember I went with my dad to Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, the old Forbes Field where they played.
Nice.
Yeah.
Remember who you went to with your first baseball game?
It was turned down in what, 1927?
Yeah, around there, yeah. Honus Wagner was.
I went as a
kidding.
kid, but I don't have. I must have been so young. I just have vague memories. It was Kauffman Stadium, though.
Yeah,
I'm not like that guy over there.
Forbes Field, baby.
Polo
Field
Parking lot now.
It was at the Coliseum.
They didn't have fences then.
And I don't mean Oakland.
You hit it in the gap and you ran until you
forever.
ran forever.
I remember the Tigers ate this one guy.
Should the MLB bring back the Thursday games after the All-Star break? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Number?
Go with 69.
68.
55.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be higher than that.
Is that it?
That's all.
That's it.
6-5. I take another one.
Boom.
What do we got for the overall
You
standings?
do 13-10-4 in favor of Soren. Frank still leads in the aggregate, 158-157.
Ooh, you don't want me to sweep it, do you, Frank? You don't want me to like sweep both boards there.
How about if we go to break?
Okay, we'll take a break, find out how stupid I am on current events. It's next here in the program. All right, what in the world, Soren? What do you got for me, Frank?
All right, buddy. This actor was famous for his roles in Jurassic Park and Hunt for Red October. He died Sunday at the age of 78.
I can't remember his name. I think
You
I
can
will live
see
in
him, though,
Montana.
can't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to live in Montana.
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, that's right.
What building was imploded on Sunday at 43rd and Broadway?
Is it the Embassy Suites
Yes,
building? Yeah, my wife sent me a video of
very
that.
good.
The
Yeah,
only
it's
reason I know.
It's pretty cool. Single day record for the KC streetcar during the World Cup. How many people? And if you can name the other thing, you get a bonus.
105,000.
48,260. It was for the Algeria-Austria game on 6/27. Okay. And how many air travelers went through KCI on Sunday?
This past Sunday? Oh, God, it was packed coming in Friday night. 30,000.
24,266. It's like a Thanksgiving weekend. So.
Wow.
But
the airport looked great.
Hey, listen, I'm
going
to tell you something.
Fantastic job.
The KC 2026 was great.
I was less than impressed. There have been 2 All-Star games at Kauffman Stadium. Name either MVP. Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Matt Derrick's appearance here on the program brought to you by our friends at Gann Asphalt and Concrete. Your parking lot says a lot about your business. Cracks, potholes, faded striping, damaged concrete. They can create safety concerns, leave the wrong impression with your customers. Gann Asphalt Concrete helps Kansas City businesses protect their properties with asphalt paving, seal coating, crack filling, parking lot striping, concrete work, and repairs. Experienced crews, quality workmanship, dependable service. You get it on every project. That's why they've been doing this for more than 30 years. It's Gann Asphalt and Concrete. Whether you need a routine maintenance or complete parking lot overhaul, Gann's ready to help you get everything started with a free estimate at GannAsphalt.com. We welcome Matt Derrick to the program. Matt, how are you, buddy?
I am doing very well, Soren. How about yourself today?
Doing good. Counting down the days to training camp. When we go to Lake Tahoe and the American Century Championship, that's kind of like where we're like, okay, it's football season. You know, it's like the last go-round for the NFL guys. We are now, a week from Friday? Is that right?
Yeah, 10 days until the quarterbacks and the rookies report.
Yeah, a week from Friday when the quarterbacks and rookies will report. I want to get your thoughts on a couple of things. The top 10 lists. Did I talk to you about that? We haven't
yet, no.
Yeah, okay, good. Because I didn't get a chance to talk to you last week because I was traveling. But the top 10 lists that have been put out by personnel, Jeremy Fowler polling NFL personnel people. I just want to go through it and see if you think they made any mistakes anywhere. Let's start with the running back spot. We'll do them in the order that they came out, that they released them. Are they all done, by the way? We got everybody?
Still a few more.
Is there like safety still to come or something like that?
Let me see.
Let's start with Kenneth Walker at number 9. Are you good with Kenneth Walker at 9?
I think that's okay. I would probably have him a spot or two higher than that, but I don't think it's unreasonable.
What do you think? Why would you have him a spot or two higher?
I think he's a dynamic in the fact that I think he's a versatile guy, and I think obviously he's the most patient runner in the NFL right now. I think that just makes him a little bit different than some of the other guys out there. He doesn't have the body of work for me to say he's necessarily a top 3 or a top 5 running back at this point, but I think last season offered a compelling case for about who he is. And, once again, we're talking about what the Chiefs had before. Where would you rank the Chiefs' best running back last year on the list of the NFL running backs?
190?
Exactly. I wouldn't have either Kareem or Isaiah Pacheco in the top 32. So I might not have him. I'd probably have to have him in the top 64. But this is a dramatic rise for the Chiefs.
Yeah, no doubt. I do think that the 9 I think probably surprises some people because oh wait, you gave him that big contract. But the names that are in front of him, he's at 9. 10 is Breece Hall, by the way. In front of him, 8 Devin Achane. James Cook is at 7, Derrick Henry at 6, Jonathan Taylor at 5, Christian McCaffrey at 4, Saquon Barkley at 3, Jahmyr Gibbs at 2, Bijan Robinson at 1. I don't know if you want to say, well, Derrick Henry's too old to be up that high. Okay, I hear you, but I'm going to say no. I'm fine with him being up there. I don't see the name that I go, that name's got to be ripped off the board and get him higher.
I would agree with that. Like I said, I think that probably the last 4 names on the list and probably the next couple of lists are somewhat interchangeable. You could probably have them in any type of order. But, yeah, I would agree. At this point, I don't think he has the body of work to be able to say that he's a top 5, top 6 running back in the league right now.
We're talking with Matt Derrick here in the program. If he where would you, if we changed this and said the running back position? So we added in the depth. DeMarcado, Emmett Johnson, where would you does it get better or worse when we add in depth?
I think it makes it better. I think there's a lot of teams though that have a couple of quality backs. I think there's a chance the Chiefs might have 3 quality backs. I'm not saying that Emmett Johnson would be ready to be a 1,000-yard guy if he was a every down player, or that Emari DeMarcado is going to step into that. But DeMarcado has been a really good running back, both as a runner and a pass catcher in limited role. And so, yeah, I think that's a fine guy to have as your number 2. Not like the two-headed monster that maybe some other teams have had, like Detroit and Atlanta and Seattle, but a pretty good combination. When you go into the third, if Emmett Johnson's your third best running back this year and number 3 in your depth chart, boy, there's a lot of teams that would love to have that. So I think it's an improve. I think the backup situation does improve this overall team. And once again, I mean, you compare it to last year. I mean, my goodness, Emmett Johnson would be the starter last year.
You think he would? You think he would beat out Isaiah Pacheco? I don't think he'd start week 1, but I think somewhere along the way, I don't disagree with you. I think it'd probably be week 3 or 4 before he got it. But yeah, I think he would.
And like I said, it's not necessarily on Pacheco. It's just the injuries. I think.
No, it's on Pacheco. It's 100%. Let me amend that statement. There, I'll disagree. Pacheco's not good now. Like
No, it's the well, and injuries are a big part of that. I mean, he's just not the same guy that
never recovered from that.
Well, you know, and one of the things we can talk about is like everybody dropped on this list. Now, the part of that's they went 6-11, so it's like, okay, well, you know, the sum of your parts was adding up to the conference champion, so you're going to get high marks. When the sum of your parts adds up to 6-11, presumably either the coach fell off a cliff or you had a bunch of injuries. There was some of that. There was a suspension as well, but or you know, it turns out you weren't as good this year. So I mean, I think as we go through this, we'll find that, okay, it's not, you know, this wasn't just a case of, you know, we all hate on the Chiefs or, you know, they're overreacting to 6-11. They were 6-11. I mean, that's part of the equation. They have no one in the corners. I don't think we have any beef there, do we?
None whatsoever.
Nobody on the. Go ahead.
Nobody's earned a vote there.
Yeah, nobody on the edge. You okay? George Karlaftis would be the only name I think you'd be trying to lobby in there.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he would be worthy of. And did he end up getting some votes for honorable mention? I think that's about appropriate for George.
Okay. Then next was tight end Travis Kelce, number 10, down from number 5.
I do disagree with that one, and certainly in comparison to the list in front of him. I mean, Kelce was what, number 3 last year? Was it? He was top 5 for sure in yards for receiving for a tight end. So we look at Travis Kelce in Kansas City, and it's easy to say, okay, well, this guy is half the guy he used to be. Well, half of Travis Kelce is still better than about 80% of the tight ends in the National Football League, maybe more than that. But I think that's too low. I mean, especially when you look at some of the other guys, and there's some other players in front of him with, you know, worse stats that honestly are worse blockers too. I mean, I'm not gonna hang a hat on Travis Kelce's blocking, but there's some other guys on there that are just pure pass catchers and don't do any of the little things. I still think that Travis, I mean, the drops hurt. There is no doubt about that. I mean, the drops, and if somebody wants to say, hey, too many drops, too many costly drops killed this team, and that's what drops his value, I'll listen to that. But I still think Travis Kelce's a top 5, top 6 tight end in this league.
I'm not gonna. I'm fine with 10. I'm fine with 5 or 6 too. I mean, I think this year will be a very telling year. I am open to the idea that we've talked about it a lot. You know, I'm open to the idea that Andy Reid's really got to have a nice off season here and change some things. But I am open to the part of the problem. Like, I'm not so sure that walking on Travis Kelce, that we won't look back. If Travis Kelce, if this offense is 21st in the league and Travis Kelce has 850 yards and everybody's healthy, like, what went wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say that part of the problem is I think Travis Kelce is a little too much of a security blanket and is a little too close to Pat, and I think he needs to quit looking for 87 so much. I don't disagree with your point about, but Travis is if he is the 5th best tight end, it's because of his smarts and no longer because of his athleticism. And so if they're not scheming him open, he's not just beating anybody. And so if you're constantly feeding them the ball, then that to me sounds like you're just scheming a lot for the guy who can't run anymore. So why would you do that? You want to know why you don't have any explosive plays? Because your offense is trying to get a guy who's 37 and wasn't that fast to begin with. Right? I mean, he's fast for tight ends when he was in his prime, but it wasn't like you were getting the ball to, you know, a guy who's almost as fast as Tyreek Hill. Like, I mean, stop scheming the offense around grinding out 60 yards for the 37-year-old tight end.
Yeah, it can't be. You can't. I agree. I mean, there's a logic in the fact that Andy Reid's offenses always run through the tight end and will probably always run through the tight end. But that doesn't mean that you just funnel the ball through the tight end. It's also got to mean that, you know, sometimes you're using that tight end position to open up for other guys. And I think there's a triumvirate this year. To me, it has to be Kelsey needs a big year, Kenneth Walker needs a big year, and Rashee Rice needs a big year. If those three players all have big seasons, and for Kelsey, I mean, no, he's not going to have 1,400 yards, but if he has a 700, 800-yard season, if Kenneth Walker gets over 1,000 and Rashee Rice probably 1,200 would be my number for him. I mean, if that's what you get by spreading the ball between those three guys, then, yeah, I think your offense is going to be in a lot better shape.
Yeah, I think it's all about the wideouts. I mean, I think the wideouts have to take a major step forward. Like, I think Travis Kelce is not at all the factor. I mean, I think the factor is, if he is, it's because Pat's making a mistake going down to him. Like, the wide receivers, if Travis Kelce leads this team in receiving again, this team sucks.
Absolutely. I mean, no, one of the receivers, if not a couple of the receivers, need the passing by.
You'll be shocked to know that we haven't gotten to wide receivers yet, have we, Curtis? I was going to go ahead and jump to that.
Wide receivers tomorrow and safeties on Thursday.
Let's go ahead and put none down at wide receiver. You're okay with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only one that would have a case is Rashee Rice, and I don't think that he would get enough votes. I mean,
feel free to make that case right now.
I mean, like I said, the only one that you could make a case for. I'm not saying I would. I'm not gonna get on my soapbox on that one. I mean, he's got the talent, but he hasn't put it together yet.
Yeah, he's not going to be. You assessed it perfectly. I just, if you're like, well, maybe he will be. No, he won't. Like, you got to play, and the combination of injuries and suspensions, there's no way he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. And personnel guys go, oh man, I know he's a world-class pain in the ass, and can't even keep his nose clean when he's on probation. But man, what talent! I don't think anybody's saying that.
And that's the other part of the challenge too. Is that guys around the league are probably going to end up voting for guys that they've seen. So. It's players that they see a couple of times that they're in division, or at least they play them in the conference and see them. I mean, let's face it, Rashee Rice has just not played enough to have seen enough teams around the league and for enough people to have seen him often enough. I don't think he would be in anybody's mindset right now of thinking, oh, yeah, I mean, that guy, man, when we played him, that's a guy you have to watch out for. I mean, he's just not there yet.
Yeah, do you see any kind of, how much, breakout star, for him to have the kind of season it would take for him to be number 5 on a wide receiver list? Do you see any chance of that happening?
I mean, the Chiefs obviously believe that he does. I mean, I've talked to enough people in the organization that believe that, hey, this guy can be a true number 1 receiver and one of the top 5 receivers in the league. He's just got to get things straight in his head and stay on the field and not only stay healthy but just not get himself into trouble. And I think, and also that applies to applying himself. I mean, I have a lot of criticisms of Rice last year for just the fact that I don't think that he still quite understands how you play wide receiver with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. There's too many times last year when a play would break down and Rashee Rice would just be hugging a tree, just kind of standing there next to the closest defender and not understanding, hey, when your quarterback breaks out of the pocket, you got to help your guy. You got to come back for him. You've got to find a way to work open. I mean, he just has still not quite developed that trait yet, and that's costing him, I think.
Well, his give a crap meter is pretty empty.
That's what someone would. Yep, I think absolutely can make that observation on a scouting report.
And that was a situation where it was a couple of years ago. There was the game in L.A. or in Vegas where he kind of had a nice game where that was when he realized what it was like to be Pat friendly. And it was supposed to be the start of everything improving for him. And it seemed like that game was 10 years ago now. Or didn't happen at all.
Yeah.
However you want to view it.
Yeah, no, there's been, I mean, listen, he is a tough physical runner after the catch. But my biggest knock on him is that and whether this is the offense just won't use him in another way or he can't pick anything up, is all he is slants and bubble screens. I mean, that's every catch.
Which I like slants, but
I do too.
You do more than just that.
I do too, because 4 years ago they wouldn't run it. But I mean, I'd also like to see a 20-yard out. Get the toes down on the sideline. I mean, there are routes that Eddie Kennison ran all the time that I don't see them even try with this guy. And that to me is like, we tried on the practice field and he doesn't know where he's going. Like, we got to keep it real simple with this guy.
Yeah, and that's honestly, that's the difference between a lot of just, NFL receivers who have a lot of talent and never seem to develop it, and a guy like Tyreek. I mean, Tyreek every year would go out and work with Keith Williams, the wide receiver guru from Nebraska. That I know he was with the Ravens for a while too. But he worked with him every offseason, and that's what made him a better receiver. I don't know if Rashee Rice has been working with anybody in the offseason. My feeling is, from what I see, is that he hasn't been. And the reality of it is that with the current CBA and the time that you get on the field, NFL coaches don't have the time to make everybody in their team better. They're straining to just teach you the offense and what you're supposed to do on the field. If they're able to teach you a technique or how to turn your hips to keep your speed up through your runs and your routes, how to do things correctly every single time, I mean, they don't have the field instruction time to do that stuff anymore. I mean, they don't have two-a-days, and they're limited in the number of hours that they've got. If you're not getting better from like March through June on your own, you're never going to get any better. And I mean, I don't know that Rashee has done that. And he also hasn't had the time on the field even during the season to develop new work. And again, I mean, he lost 30 more days this offseason. So I don't know if we're going to see a guy with a few more tricks in his bag, but I mean, no, if he's still got an NFL career in front of him. If he wants to truly be a dominant receiver going forward, he's got to develop a few more route combinations and develop a few things that just allow him to beat coverage consistently.
Chris Jones, a defensive tackle. We're talking to Matt Derrick, by the way. Chris Jones, a D tackle, was 2 last year, fell to 4. You okay with that?
Yeah, that is. I mean, and if somebody had wanted to drop him a little bit further, it wouldn't be a huge argument. But I think that's an acknowledgement that, hey, he's still a disruptive force. And if the sacks haven't been there, the peripheral numbers have been. And we know how coaches, I mean, hey, they love sacks, but they seem to love hurries and pressure just as much. And, those numbers still say that Chris Jones is a factor.
He's definitely a factor. I think 4 is fair, but I think if you had him 6 or 7, I wouldn't mind that either. Because pressures are great, but at some point they need to turn into sacks. And they've been just pressuring people for a while.
You look at the high and the low. These are somewhat interesting as well. I guess the variation, but somebody had him 1. I don't know. I'd love to know who that is and not listen to them anymore. And somebody had him 10, which,
well,
that's about as low. That was the low.
Somebody has a job in a front office.
I know. I'm like, I'd love to know who thinks he's the
we
best.
haven't gotten to the real one mystery about the voter that put Patrick Mahomes in a certain spot. So
yeah,
that'll be the one. If it's the same guy.
We'll get there in a minute. It must be the Jets. I'm guessing. Based
who's
upon
the worst team? Let's put him on there.
Their performance. Creed Humphrey down from 1 to 3 at center.
Yeah, and that's interior linemen, right? They just grouped all the guards and centers together.
Yeah, you're right. He went from 1 to 3. You are right. I should point that out. And Trey Smith went from 4 to 7.
Yeah, and I mean, again, probably indicative of just the team having a down year. Although, I mean, if you wanted to argue that once again Creed Humphrey was the best interior lineman in the league, I think you could make that case compellingly. His stats are still there. It wasn't like he just gave up a bunch of sacks and can't run block or anything. But again, people usually value guards over centers, and weren't the 2 guys in front of me both guards? I mean, if that's the case, then I'm pretty fine with it. And Trey, honestly, I mean, I think that's pretty good ranking for Trey. I mean, if he wasn't listed in some people's top 10, I wouldn't blame them. I mean, he's had injuries the last couple of years that I think have kind of limited him a little bit, but I still think he's an excellent offensive lineman.
I would always take the center over the guard. If you told me you can have the best guard in football or the best center in football, I'd take the center. Who would you take?
I think I'd probably take the center as well. I mean, you look at the recent history too. I mean, the Eagles, they couldn't have done their tush push without Jason Kelce, and the tush push is still good, but it's still not as good as it was with Jason Kelce.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. They also call out the blocking schemes. If you get a center that's athletic enough to pull from there in the middle, Like guards have to be able to pull, but centers a lot of times that's a long way. That's a long stretch block to have to try to, if you're going to counter trace something and you want the center coming out in front, and if you can get the snap and get out of your stance and get moving on a pull, that's super athletic. I think maybe the best move that Brett Veach has made as the general manager might have been drafting Creed Humphrey, and second best was re-signing him early and getting ahead of the market on him. Like that's some of his best work.
The only thing on the Creed assessment that I get, and that's maybe why maybe he does drop a couple of spots, is he had a couple of dribbled snaps last year, and I think one of the evaluators kind of described him as having kind of an unorthodox technique, and he is left-handed, so that's a little bit different too. And his style is a little bit different. It's not traditional. And he's always had the, issue where every once in a while there's a blip. Well, I think pretty much every center does. I'm not sure every center is 100% on every single snap. But there's probably some talent evaluator out there who's like, well, you know what, Creed just dribbles a few too many snaps back to the quarterback for their taste.
There were a couple of those last year. That's a good point. There was a stretch where he had 2 or 3, like in one game, I feel like. I don't feel like it was like a chronic problem. A few years ago, his snaps were trash. And that's why he went to this dead ball snap where he doesn't spin it. He just, sends a knuckler back there, but he gets it to Pat's hands. So I guess that's probably I think that's an excellent point by you, Matt, because I'm sure the quarterback would probably like the spin, like a little more velocity on it too. It might be a little bit slow getting back to Pat, so it's that much longer that he's got to keep his eyes away from the defense. So that's probably fair criticism. But man, after that, all the rest, I don't know how you could be better than that guy. I mean, the snaps, trust me, it's like I was losing my mind en route to that Super Bowl in Vegas. And even during the game, I mean, he was rolling it back there. I'm like, come on. Like, you either got to move this guy to guard. There's got to be a come-to-Jesus moment with this guy, or move him to guard. Like, it was awful. But I thought it's been a lot better here for the last couple of years. There was
win rate's ridiculous, though.
Yeah. Oh, it's insane. All right. We'll get Nick Bolton, off-ball linebacker. I'll save Pat for last since you built us up to that. Nick Bolton, off-ball linebacker, was 4 last year, now at number 8. You okay with that?
Yeah. I mean, again, Chiefs falling down the list. It makes sense. And I'm sure, I remember. I mean, a lot of Chiefs fans were upset that he was number 4 last year, and there's still more that are upset that he's still as high as number 8 this year. I mean, that dude. I know he's got a niche fan base in Kansas City that loves him and everything like that. But I've never understood, just Chiefs fans' frustration with Nick Bolton. I mean, he's good at what he does, and obviously the rest of the league respects what he does. Is he obviously the best off-ball linebacker in the league? No. I mean, they think he's like 8th, and I think that's a pretty fair ranking. I think there's a lot of Chiefs fans that think that he's like 32nd, and I don't think that he is.
So wait a minute, you think there's Chiefs fans that don't give him enough credit, then you think there's Chiefs fans also that overrate him?
I don't know if there's any Chiefs fans that overrate him. I think there's a lot of Chiefs fans that probably appropriately rate him, but there's a lot that I think just underrate him.
I think 8 is a lot better than 4. I just don't think he has the coverage skills. In fact, if you wanted to, I think honorable mention, if you want to say attack the ball carrier, and I would listen to the way Steve Spagnuolo talks, and I'm going to take, we just had a conversation about this. I think there are times that coaches tell you what they want you to hear, not necessarily what's reality, but Spagnuolo acts like he can't live without him as far as lining guys up. So that, coupled with his fierceness at tackling and getting after the ball carrier, he's great at that part of the game. But when he's got to cover, he suffers. I mean, that's him in a nutshell. So if you ask, were this, Jeremiah Trotter, Levon Kirkland days, I think that's what he is. And I think his coverage, he's done better. I think he's, like Travis Kelce, like Tony Gonzalez was a pretty good push and pester blocker, better than he was ever given credit for. Kelce probably is as well. He's not a mauler, but they can get by to where the other parts of their skills are so good that, yes, we absolutely want them on the field. I think that is a little bit of Nick Bolton. Like, he's so skilled at apparently lining everybody up according to Spagnuolo, and then his attacking the ball carrier, great. And I think the pass, he's a push and pester coverage guy. He does a decent job of good running backs. Yes, when he's one-on-one with James Cook, he's in trouble. But like Derrick Henry ain't juking him out of his shoes for 7 catches for 88 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he's a middle linebacker, so he's going to struggle in passing mismatches. But then again, a lot of middle linebackers are going to struggle. I mean, there's a difference even between like a Drew Tranquill and Nick Bolton. I mean, Drew Tranquill is an off-ball linebacker too, but he's just a different skill set, and he is better at pass coverage than Nick Bolton has been. But I also think that Nick Bolton's a lot better downhill player and tackler than Drew Tranquill is. So, I mean, it's a trade-off and everything for sure. And there's a lot of, like I said, I mean, I kind of bristle a little bit at just putting all those linebackers in one group. Because
I definitely do. I agree with that.
Between middle and outside guys. So I'm not crazy about that. But, yeah, I mean, hey, for the position that he plays, Nick's one of the best.
The most damning thing against Nick Bolton, and then we'll move on to quarterback. The most damning thing against Nick Bolton is the fact that when he went down a couple of years ago and Tranquill moved over to the linebacker, their defensive rankings were higher. And you could be like, well, that was schedule driven, or we had a bad scheme on this, or we had a great scheme on that. Okay, fine, I'd listen to it. But that was a reality a couple of years ago. Because I remember talking about that when they signed him to the big contract. It's like, you got Drew Tranquill for, pennies on the dollar off this contract, and he did a great job when he had to fill in. We're talking to Matt Derrick here in the program. You mentioned the quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, number 2, down from number 1. High of number 1. By the way, Josh Allen's number 1 for people who haven't seen this. High of number 1, low of number 9. Like, the 9 is ridiculous.
That's got to be the same person who put, Creed Humphrey at 10? I mean, or whatever it was. Yeah, I can't. I'd have a hard time coming up with a list of 8 quarterbacks I'm putting in front of Patrick Mahomes, but your mileage may vary.
If he throws for 3,500 yards and 25 touchdowns this year, he is done as being the number 1 guy. I will say that, though. Like, everybody's gonna be. If they're 7-10 and he's 3,525, you're gonna start hearing the name Dan Marino. Like it's gonna be a very different vibe. Like not that you're out to build your reputation. That's not why you go out there, but for reputation's sake, if he wants to be unquestionably, undeniably the number 1 quarterback, he needs to have a big bounce back year. And I think it's more about the people around him. But he's going to get dinged, based upon not having the numbers. I think it may not be his fault, but if they're not there, you agree that they're going to no longer be just handing him the number 1 spot all the time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, if he has 3,525, I mean, you're also telling me that he's had another season that it wasn't a full season. I mean, he's probably gotten hurt, or he didn't start off the season as full, and maybe he missed the first 4 games of the season or something of that nature. But yeah, it has a lot to do with the team around him. I mean, last year with no run game, I mean, there was nowhere to put the ball sometimes. And yeah, did he hold on to the football too long? Sure. I mean, but again, it comes down to sometimes there's nobody open. And that's something that, I mean, it's a holistic healing thing that this offense has to do. I mean, obviously it's on Andy Reid to put him in better positions, because they can't just be running the same offense that they have the last few years. They've got to have some new wrinkles and new approaches. The offensive line has to be better. They can't just use the same old protections that they've used and just hope that they ought to execute guys. They've got to be, different and more varied, or at least better at what they do. If they are just going to rely solely on execution, receivers have to be better. The run game has to be better. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, it's not all on him. The guys around him have to be better. But yeah, I mean, I'd even go further and say, hey, if he's got another year where he's under 4,000 yards and and he ends up being closer to like 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, yeah, that's going to cost him a few more spots, and maybe some people will view him as not being even like one of the top 3 quarterbacks. But I don't know. I still look at Soren and say, hey, if you took Patrick Mahomes and you slid him into the Rams offense with their personnel, and you brought Matt Stafford and put him into Kansas City last season, I mean, I think the Chiefs are still 6-11, maybe not much better, maybe even worse. And I think the Rams probably win the Super Bowl, but that's me.
There's no doubt the supporting cast for the Rams is better. I mean, They've done a much better job of putting talent around Matt Stafford. And part of that's because they got a reset. And when you get a reset, but the Chiefs are coming off their reset. So it didn't have to all be in this draft, but in this little moment, they're gonna come through a couple of contracts. They need to reset the way the Rams did, because the Rams had one down year and have been back at it ever since. And that's what it needs to look like for the Chiefs.
Just to put some numbers on where the dividing line has come from Mahomes, his first 7 seasons, or 6, I guess, 17 through 22, 105.7 passer rating. Last 3 years, 92. So it isn't just last year. He was 93.5 the year before that, and 92.6 in going to the Super Bowl in 23. The trend is not good. Four straight years, and you'd have to bail on him being that guy.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Matt, great stuff. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again next week.
Always a pleasure, my friends. Take care.
Matt Derrick, Chiefs Digest, joins us each and every week here in the program. He's brought to you by our friends at Gann Asphalt and Concrete. One contractor, all things parking lot.
The program with Soren Petro. Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, let me ask you a question, guys. Does this sound like you? Low energy, low sex drive, brain fog, decreased motivation, reduced muscle mass and strength. Could be low testosterone. This July, in honor of America's 250th birthday, the Low T Center is unveiling their 250 for 250 promotion. Men who start testosterone replacement therapy between the 1st and 31st of July remain on treatment for 90 days, receive a $250 account credit to use on any service or supplement that you want. The purpose is to offer the incentive for you guys, for you to make it through 120 days. For most men, results aren't always noticeable until you get a little bit further into your treatment, maybe 4 to 6 months. So try and get to that point. They're going to go ahead and give you a little carrot. $250 credit after 3 months. Go to fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com. You'll deal with a licensed provider. They'll determine exactly whether TRT is appropriate based on your symptoms, medical history, and comprehensive lab testing. Every treatment plan is personalized and monitored throughout the care. Low T Center uses non-compounded, pharmaceutical-grade testosterone cypionate. You're getting the best. Most major insurance plans are accepted. They do have self-pay options if you need that. The $250 credit is automatically applied after completing 90 days of treatment and can be used towards future eligible products and services. Remember, this ends July 31st. End of the month is all you got. America, 250 years? Well, it's the 250 for 250 event going on at the Low T Center today. Go to fixmylowt.com to book your appointment. That's fixmylowt.com.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation, because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols, and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. There have been 2 All-Star games at Kauffman Stadium. I asked for either MVP. 1973, 2012.
Geez, I've heard the 73 one. I should have that committed to memory. I don't. It's not coming to me right offhand. Eddie Murray? That name popped in my head.
Still hadn't got. He is. It's hard to give a hint that isn't totally give it away.
Well, no, it's all right. The American League got destroyed here in 12.
Mm-hmm.
So some National Leaguer was Prince Fielder won the home run derby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he won the MVP.
Former Royal won the.
Melky Cabrera.
Melky Cabrera,
Yeah,
then
right.
of the San Francisco Giants.
Mm-hmm.
1973, it was another member of the San Francisco Giants.
In 73?
Mm-hmm.
Still Willie Mays?
Nope.
Willie McCovey?
Nope.
Or not?
He did play for the Giants. Yeah. Mays. The 73 was Mays had just gone to the Mets.
Mets. Okay.
Bobby Bonds.
Bobby Bonds. Oh, hell. You ought to be able to remember Barry Bonds' dad. So Bobby Bonds and Melky Cabrera,
Cabrera, two Giants. There was also an All-Star game at Municipal Stadium in 1960, but they did not give out MVP awards yet. The first one was given out in 1962 to Maury Wills. That was at end of that stretch where they played 58 to 62. They played twice, or 59 to 62.
And that was
they played twice.
That was at the old stadium.
Yes, yeah, Municipal.
Which will finally be able to have multiple generations of stadiums here at some point, Curtis.
Someone showed a picture of Atlanta during the Olympics, or leading up to the Olympics, and in the one shot there was what was then just the Olympic Stadium, which would eventually be fitted around to become whatever they call it, the baseball stadium that was there.
Atlanta Fulton County was the old one, Turner Field. Yeah.
And next to it was Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. And in the background, you can see the Georgia Dome. It's like this picture was 30 years ago. 2 of those stadiums are gone, and the other one,
all of them are gone.
The other one, I think,
the Georgia Dome's gone.
Well, yeah, but the baseball field is like they've changed that to a smaller, like it's a small football field. They've kind of they've
Turner
fit that
Field
thing.
is.
Yeah,
is that right?
That's what this person posted. Yeah.
Well, that's funny because it was an Olympic stadium.
Yeah.
To begin with, it was the track and field stadium
Yep.
for the Olympics, and then they tore part of it down and turned it into Turner Field.
Yep.
And now they've torn it down and made it a football field.
I think, they must have torn it up in some way because the person was an Atlanta TV person that posted it. It was just wild. He says, and now the 2 of them are gone, and one of them, the one that's left, is a small-sized football field. He said, life moves fast.
Well, it does in those big markets.
Yeah.
Consider how fast the Rangers have turned over stadiums.
Yeah.
And how fast they've turned over stadiums in Atlanta. Yeah. Not quite so fast here.
Nope. Someone else, not San Diego. Somebody else had a really short turnaround. But maybe I'm thinking of one of those other 2.
Well, is Miami already working on it? Or Orlando's already on a. Miami or Orlando, both of them, I think, have junked arenas after 25 years. Like 25 years is about all you're getting now.
Yeah, maybe it was Arlington. I was thinking of.
Well, they flipped that fast.
Yeah. New stadium in '94, and boom, things was barely 30 years old. Wasn't 30 years old when they blew it up. I think it's still there, but it blew it up as a major league stadium. Like, how often are we going to do this now? Every 30 years we're going to get new stadiums in these places? It appears that way.
It appears it's like in all the big towns except for the biggest town. Like in New York, we ain't doing it. Like we can't get anything in there. It's like too expensive to build things. Never mind, they're building things all the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah. They're also propping them up. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that story? We talk about that? Was that on here? I think we were at dinner. The building that was falling down in New York?
I didn't hear about that.
Last week, they had a building. In fact, it was the old Pfizer corporate headquarters that they had left, and they sold it, and a company was coming in and retrofitting it to turn it into apartments. And they added more building to like the one side of it, and then like 2 floors on top of it. And the steel girders on one floor went like this. It started like,
Oh,
think of
wow.
like when the
Accordion?
towers, yeah, it was like an accordion, two of the main support things of the steel girders. And so they evacuated that building and 9 buildings around it.
Wow.
And then they had to go in and do an emergency engineering.
I'm looking at the photos right now. That's scary.
Yeah, how scary would that be if you're on that floor? You're like, And the mayor was out talking about it. He's like, safety is first. We're doing everything we can to. They went in and put in these temporary supports and all this and hold it, everything up. And he said, safety's first. I think they've gone back in around. I haven't followed the story since I saw it when it was live. He said, we will get to the bottom of what happened, though. Like right now, it's about getting everybody to safety, but we will get to the bottom of what happened here. Like who green-lighted this plan and had a building about ready to accordion flop right in the middle of New York. I think it's like 60 floors or something like that. Let's just throw a couple on top,
Yeah, why not?
I've been drunk at a bar and played Jenga. You just keep setting it up on top.
Keep doing it. Yeah, it was, to quote Wilford Brimley, to have someone's ass in my briefcase.
Amazing. All right, let's take a quick break. Come back, talk a little bit more about these rankings, talking some Chiefs football here on the program. This would be the Green Day, would it not?
That's correct.
I nailed it. I have a vast musical knowledge. It's displayed every time you hatch a musical category on The Feud.
How'd you know there's going to be a Green Day albums question tomorrow?
Is there really?
No.
I'm going to study up.
No.
I have two answers. Only two albums I know of.
Which are?
Dookie, which that was from. That was their debut, their biggest album.
Okay.
And then American Idiot, which is the Grammy winner, I think. I think it won a Grammy for Best Album.
It's two more than I had. I didn't know. I don't know all the album names.
I only know those two. I'm sure there were.
No, I mean for
others.
Anybody.
Oh,
like Thriller.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Right.
That's how many albums I know. Thriller.
There's probably more
I
things.
can't even name
about.
another Michael Jackson one.
Only I could think of a couple.
Where it was Steel Wheels. I went to a Steel Wheels Rolling Stones tour.
Yep.
So was that an album?
I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the tours are named after the album. Tattoo You was the more.
Oh, really?
Was the one in '81 that was the Start Me Up, and they had some others. Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. That was the one that had Don't Stop, Rock with You, and let's see, what was the one that? Oh, Bad was the one to follow up the Thriller. That's the only three I remember.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know any band though.
Yeah.
So I hate those categories, Kyle.
I like them, and I still don't get the right answers. That's the funny part, is that I know all that stuff and I still blow it.
I think Todd enjoys them.
Yeah, Todd. Yeah. He's
so
like
we're here for Todd's entertainment. Is what you're
good at
talking
those
No.
things.
Okay.
He's the one who always bitches about the categories.
Because Todd's a chronic complainer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you picked up on this yet or not, but that's all Todd does is whine and complain. So, speaking of whining and complaining, if the Chiefs fans aren't whining and complaining, and the Chiefs have gone 15-2, what does it look like?
I think it looks a lot like the 2022 team. I think it's an offense that's just up and humming. And it's kind of one of the reasons I look back at that kind of dividing point. They haven't been that team really since then. I know they went 15-2 or whatever it was in 23 or 24, but they're not going to go 12-0 or whatever it was in one score games again, or 11-0. It's going to look like the 22 team with a highlight reel productive offense in the passing game.
Boy, I disagree.
Don't think so?
I think it looks like the 23 team did once it got it going. It's a lights out defense. It's Andy starts handing the ball off. By the way, don't have a handful of peanuts right before you talk on the radio. There's peanut dust, and it does not go well.
Hate it. I hate that when that happens.
Lebo, get rid of that stuff. Stop putting your peanuts there for me to steal. I think it would be more defense and run the ball effective if it's that kind of year. And I can't talk anymore. Okay.
All right, who was the first Royal to bat in the first inning of an All-Star game? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
Fourth quarter of the program begins right now, finishing strong here on a Tuesday, a hot, summery Tuesday with a Major League Baseball All-Star game to come tonight. You'll hear it here on Sports Radio 810 WHB, your home of everything that's blank and great. Todd Lebo said it nearly a century ago.
He did.
Still true to this day.
Still true to this day.
Yeah, it's a fact. Look it up. It's been written. There you have it, people.
Because Todd Lebo remembers.
Still to come, we will talk to Keith Law. We're going to break down that draft. He's the best when it comes to evaluating draft prospects, minor leaguers, minor league systems, former assistant general manager for the Toronto Blue Jays, turned senior MLB writer for The Athletic. We'll get his thoughts on the Royals. I know he liked day one.
He's one of those guys that we don't hear him often enough because of just what it entails. And each time I kind of forget how good he is, and then I hear him, I'm like, oh man,
yeah,
he's so good,
so knowledgeable.
I got a lot of drops in the folder from Keith Law.
Yeah, knowledgeable and entertaining. I mean, he'll give you knowledge and keep you entertained along the way. He's terrific. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, he'll do a fantastic job breaking it down. I know he liked day one, so we'll see what he thinks about the draft as a whole. And we mentioned the All-Star game tonight. That is coming your way here on 810, as I said. The pitching matchup for tonight, very important when you're making your wager, because this guy will go at least an inning. Dylan Cease for the American League, Christopher Sanchez for the National League. The National League, minus 140. Where would you go if you were going to put a bet down, Curtis? Give the fans what they want. Your immense betting knowledge.
Always take the dog.
Always take the dog in an All-Star game.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
There's no value in the favorite.
Nobody gives a crap, so why would you lay anything?
Yeah. There's no value.
You know? There's first of all, if you bet this, you are close to needing 1-800-BETS off.
For sure.
Betting winner and loser for sure, but I see no issue going for, run totals, whatnot, of the over/under on the total runs scored.
What is the angle with which you would
the number on
handicap that? 8 total runs?
I think. I thought I saw that earlier. Let me make sure.
What would be, where are you going on that? Over or under? And give me your logic on how, no, this is a good strategy.
I'm going to go under because it's a new pitcher every inning.
Okay.
And
you don't think that's baked into the number?
Oh, that's a good point.
That's why
I'm glad you asked me.
But it's also an all-star every batter.
Yeah. That's why I usually think, okay, how do I look at it? I look at it like this, so let me go the other way. Because they've obviously thought beyond what I'm thinking, and I look at their line and go, there must be a reason why they have what they have. And so, especially when I'm like, I don't get this line at all, then I'm definitely going opposite what I think it would be. Because I assume they have more information than I do.
8.5.
8.5?
Yeah. Under is minus 118, over is minus 104.
I agree 100% with your logic. New pitcher coming in, wanting to pop the radar gun and impress all the fans. So I think it should favor the pitching, but that also then to me seems a little too easy.
And it's the All-Star game, so you figure the guys are going to be up there swinging. More likely there's going to be some Ks and some outs.
Let's see.
Nobody came to walk
last year.
The All-Star game?
Yeah, if you walk in the All-Star game,
it's like walking in third grade, baseball
or in beer league softball.
Yeah.
By the way, if you go back to 2016, only once, and there was one year they didn't play in 2020, but twice have they scored at least 8 runs. Last year they ended in a tie, and they had the swing off. Yeah, 6-6.
Schwarber was in that too, wasn't he?
Yep. He hit 3 for 3, and rocketed him in the seats.
Who did he beat?
I can't remember who it was. But the year before that, 5-3, 3-2, 3-2, 5-2, 4-3, 8-6 and 10, 2-1 and 10, 4-2, and then 6-3 back in 2015.
You know what I'm hearing?
But before that, 5-3, 3-0.
You know what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Stone cold over.
Yes.
You give me all those numbers where it looks like the under is a gimme, and give me on the over.
How many times have there been more than 8 runs or more? Boy, not often.
And so
a little more so once the steroid era ended, because it was 7-5, 9-4, 7-6, 7-7. But since then, since 2006, there have been 18 All-Star games, and only 5 have been 8 runs or more.
Okay. So AL and the over for me tonight.
There you go.
I'll get on that.
I dig it. Good value.
I can get on that. World Cup action today. Spain will play in only its second, according to what I'm looking up, second
Wow.
World Cup final. Are you surprised by that? It's only two?
Yeah, I am.
They won it in 2010, and that is the only time that they have appeared in it.
It's insane.
I mean, I don't know, maybe Spain's only been good in my lifetime or something.
Could be.
They used to be awful. They won it in 2010, have not appeared in a final since or before. They were 2-0 winners today over the favorite France down in Dallas. They face the winner of tomorrow's England and Argentina match. France was attempting to play in their third straight final. The previous two, they lost to Argentina in 22, won it in 18 in Russia. Yeah, Qatar last time out. Lusail Stadium. I thought it was like Lucas Oil. I'm like, what the hell is Lucas Oil from there? No, Lusail. Could actually look at it a little bit closer. Lusail Stadium. Tomorrow, England slight favorite over Argentina, right? I think is the number.
Let me see.
That one will be at 2:00 as well. The two combatants for tomorrow, Argentina has appeared in 6 finals. They're 3-3, 3 wins and 3 runner-ups. England, this would be just their second final if they get there. They won it long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, 1966. They won it. Their only appearance in the finals.
England minus 124, Argentina plus 106.
Okay, so mild favorite for England. By the way, historically, your most common finalists and most common winners, who's been there the most?
Brazil.
In the finals the most. Brazil is second with 7.
Is it Argentina?
Argentina is tied for third with 6.
Germany?
Is first with 8.
Wow.
Also with 6 finals. Interesting country because they haven't been in the last 2 World Cups.
Italy?
Italy.
Wow.
How about that? 6
Yeesh.
World Cup finals. Wins. Rank it to me by wins. Give me everyone who's won a multiple. There are 6 countries that have won multiple World Cups. Who you got?
Brazil.
Brazil is 1 with 5. They've won 5 of them.
Germany.
Germany is second with 4. They're tied.
Argentina.
Argentina is third with 3. I'm sorry, Argentina is fourth with 3. There's somebody tied for second.
I'll say Italy.
Italy is tied for second with 4. 2 other multiple World Cup appearances.
France. I think won 1 in the 90s.
Won 1 in 98 and in 2018. They're 2-2 overall in the World Cup. And this country has not appeared in the World Cup since 1950, but they won it in 30 and in 50.
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
I only know because of 30.
30 was the first one, right?
Yeah.
And they won the first one.
Yeah, I would not have known 58, but I knew they won it in 30. I don't know anybody else who won, but
what do you know, really?
one of the things we didn't get around to it in the Frank Opinions bigger event, World Cup or Olympics? Because I when I talked about the World Cup,
Olympics,
I said other than the Olympics, it's the biggest one, biggest sporting event in the world, and I had 4 or 5 people go, "Oh, World Cup's much bigger." I went, "I don't think so." 57-43 Olympics in that poll, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be the story you'd expect from right here.
Yeah, and it's here and it's recency bias, so definitely.
Do you enjoy the summer league?
No, I haven't watched any games.
AJ DeMance's summer league is over. The Wizards have shut him down after 2 impressive games. DeMance scored 27 to go along with 7 boards and 2 steals in his debut. Then followed that up with a 23-point performance, and they said, "Okay, we've seen enough.
We're done."
I'm glad we made sure we got it right. Though on that first pick, it would have been a pisser to get to training camp and be like, "Ooh, this guy sucks."
We're good.
So now we're shutting guys down from summer league. What then really is the point?
Darren Peterson was in street clothes last night.
No, of course he was. And you get used to that, Utah.
The program with Soren Petro.
Too fat to run.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
The guy Cass and his team over at All Weather Decks are the best when it comes to building outdoor living spaces. We love ours. All Weather Decks did a phenomenal job, whether it's having a little dinner on the screened-in porch, maybe a crisp, cool fall or spring evening, getting out by the fire pit. All Weather Decks gave us several great places to entertain family and friends. That's what it's all about, making memories with your family and friends. Listen, if your deck has seen better days, if it's falling apart, if it's rotting, maybe you got a patio that's crumbling, maybe you just don't have any outdoor living space at all, give my guys at All Weather Decks a call, 913-206-1974. Multiple crews, lots of manpower, working all over the metro. That's right, I guarantee you there's some folks out there that have been told, hey, by other places, we don't work in that part of town. Call All Weather Decks. They work all over the metro and even beyond. In fact, if you go to allweatherdecks.net, you can check out their great map link where it shows where they're doing jobs all over the metro and even beyond. You can also check out the great photos that are there as well. Get an idea of what kind of work that they do. It's the very best. Here's a little spoiler for you. Call 913-206-1974. You can schedule a free consultation right now. 24-time winner of the Angie Super Service Award, A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. You're getting the best craftsmanship, the best customer service, and the best know-how that you're going to find anywhere around. All they need is get those permits done. They're only 6 or 7 weeks away because that's about how long it takes to get the permits. Then they're starting your project, and you can enjoy beautiful fall weather on a brand-new deck, patio, screened-in porch, pergola, you name it, they build it with All Weather Decks. Go to allweatherdecks.net and relax. That's allweatherdecks.net and relax.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate